All right, welcome to Tuesday Night Horror. It's the Omega Files, Call of Cthulhu in the Modern Age, and we have all new players tonight. We've been scouring the streets looking for the homeless, the infirm, and the borderline crazy, trying to find people willing to come in here and actually play in our games. And so we will start off just as we always do. Grab a flashlight, grab a Glock. Join us in the shadows for conspiracy, murder, elder horror, whatever else may come, as things both horrifying and terrifying and exciting come your way. You might be able to survive, but you might go mad. Who knows? If you're watching us here on Twitch Live, please make sure to follow. It's free and it helps support all the Games Tavern shows. And if you're catching us on YouTube at some point, make sure to subscribe so that you won't miss when our episodes do get posted, and they are getting posted. And so, with that, we will go to our new team of the operatives here in the Omega Files universe and do some quick introductions. I'm David. I go by @NotoriousGM_GMD on Twitter. Last name is Quick, so David Quick. You can find me on Facebook and other places. We'll start with James, please tell us who you are and just a real quick synopsis of what you're playing, who you're playing.
I'm James. You can find me on Twitter at Clan Stonecrow. I am playing Jazz Holmes. I am amongst other things, I'm a certified forklift operator, mechanic, heavy mechanic, lift operator, lift mechanic. If it goes up, down, left, right, forwards, backwards, I can fix it. I can drive it.
Nice. Laurel, you're up next.
I'm playing Brandy, and she is a barista in a local coffee shop. So whatever you want, I can make.
All righty. Fen.
Hello, everyone. My name is Fen Bowman, and I will be here playing Flick Baggins, professional paranormal investigator.
Very nice. And in that same vein, Davison.
Hi, my name is Davison Quick, and I will be playing the daring Darren Rodrigo. I used to run a survival channel before that did terribly. Then I ran a rock climbing channel, which also bombed. So now we're hunting Bigfoots.
So the kiss of death for all channels.
Yeah.
We may have made a mistake. All righty. So before we get on to tonight's investigation, the Elder Gods do demand that we provide you tribute in the form of this data feed. James.
Please understand, we have a couple of content warnings. They are in no particular order of instance. Be warned, this scenario could include abuse, animal death, self-harm, suicide, gratuitous violence, needles, kidnapping, death, blood, mental illness, tentacles, mutilations, mutations, shrubberies, insects, birds, bloods, cats, dogs living together, drug usage, chemicals, chemical usage, radiation, lizards, firearms, nuclear explosions, nuclear weapons, blood, more explosions, interrogations, clowns. If we see clowns, we're in trouble. Everybody run. But there could be clowns. Sarcasm, arson, threatening mechanical implements, flying monsters, and anything else that is terrible. Also, the Omega File stream will feature several points in the broadcast where you, that's right, you, our listeners, our viewers, you get to decide part of the narrative. That's right, you get to use the Prime feature to vote and chat to determine an effect somewhere in tonight's investigation. And I hand it back to you, David.
And I'll immediately pass it off to Fen.
And remember, if you have Amazon Prime, you also get a free Prime Gaming subscription. Prime Gaming subscribers support everyone on the show and get access to sub-only emotes and to a special subscriber-only channel on the Games Tavern Discord.
Very good. And with the pre-show announcements over, let's get on with the show.
All right.
So, all of you are experiencing a pretty normal day when a phone call comes in. Your phone chirps, beeps, or rings, whatever your preference is. And let's go ahead and let Brandy take the call first. Brandy, your phone rings.
Yeah, can I help you?
Is this Brandy?
Yes. Can I help you?
This is the home office. We need you to fly to Los Angeles within the next 36 hours. Please report to the Hampton Inn, where you will assemble with a team to investigate an incident at the LA Museum of Natural History.
Got it. Half cap, decaf, extra foam.
Click. Each of you gets that same call. So let's talk about how you get to LA. Flick, it's easy for you. You're from San Francisco. It's probably a pretty quick drive, right?
Heck, y'all, my God, it's only a few hours down the coast.
There you go. And Brandy, how are you going to get to San Francisco?
Well, I'm going to have to fly. As much as I don't want to, I'm going to need to. Gather up my belongings and see if I can get on a flight.
All righty. So, Brandy, I'll need you to make me a percentile roll. It's a credit check. We're going to see how your finances are looking. So, you have a credit score on your character sheet. It is one of your skills.
Yes.
So, for the first roll of tonight's game, we're going to go ahead and swipe the credit card. Make a percentile roll, Brandy.
Oh man, here's hoping you don't have terrible credit, dude.
I do. And I rolled
Gosh.
0, 0, 0. So
Wow.
wait
You're gonna get arrested for credit card fraud, my dude.
So-
I think you're getting a private jet.
So this is marvelous for the audience who doesn't know. Laurel has not played Call of Cthulhu ever before. This is her first game. So her first roll as a player is 100, which is literally the worst roll you can possibly have in the game of Cthulhu.
Mhm.
we want to get started right. I mean,
So Brandy, you're gonna need to, I'm gonna skip you for a second while the person at the checkout desk is looking askance at you and re-swiping your card 3 times. And we'll go to Jazz. Jazz, how are you gonna get to LA?
Oh, well, I'm gonna, talk to a neighbor, have him keep an eye on the hunting dogs. I'm gonna pull out the 1983 white Ford F-150. That's right. We're going to California. All right. I'm going to put the shotgun away. I'm going to put the handguns away. I'm going to pack the hunting bow because you can hunt and eat anywhere. And load up, and I'm going to drive the rust bucket.
Very good. And yeah, you can make it to LA in 36 hours from.
I hope so.
Mississippi. Yeah, it's not.
I got the camper on the back. It's full of rust. Sleeping bags, sterno. We're all good.
Perfect. How about you, Darren? You're in Yosemite. That's not. I mean, that's far from LA, but it's not as far as Mississippi.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have no problem. We're gonna just finish up this multi-pitch climb, head on down, pack everything in the Volkswagen van, and head on over.
Nice. So a nice drive down the coast.
Oh yeah,
Let's go.
windows open, radios blaring, Dixie Chicks. Let's go.
And so as you take your drive and Jazz takes his drive and Flick takes his drive, we cut back to see Brandy still standing in the airport terminal, looking a little embarrassed. And
I think
the
maybe that's
agent-
the wrong card. Let me
the
try
agent
another
looks-
one.
yeah, the agent looks at you and goes, "Ma'am, this card is not working."
Let me see if I have another one. I must have picked up the wrong one today. I think that one was expired, maybe. I'll have another one. Try.
Okay. So she swipes that card. It also comes back as not being accepted. And she says, "I'm sorry, I can't book this flight for you without payment. Do you have cash, perhaps, or some other form of payment?"
That's completely understandable. Let me check here for a moment. So I go in my purse, and I have a bunch of tips. So I'll start pulling out a bunch of like 1s and 5s and trying to figure it out.
So you managed to come up with $63.18. Not quite. She looks at you, goes, "I'm sorry, ma'am. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. You're gonna have to step out of line. I can't make this booking."
I completely understand. I left my wallet in my other purse that has all my money in it. I'll be back.
Okay. And so as you step out of line, there's of course some disgruntled people behind you. You're like, "Psh, what a Karen," And
Excuse me.
yeah, so what you're gonna do, Brandy? You do know that from time to time you can actually exercise a little bit of sway with the home office, and they might be able to bring some resources to bear.
Yeah, I
Maybe,
think this might be one of those times, considering I have to go cross country.
maybe.
So I'll try to go to a kind of an excluded spot and maybe reach out. I guess text. I
Okay.
don't know when to get a hold of them, but
So you text. What do you text?
911. Can't catch a flight.
Okay.
Need to
Your
know.
your phone rings within 10 seconds.
Yeah, so I seem to have a credit problem here at the airport, and I'm drawing a bit of attention, so assistance is much appreciated right now.
Oh, sure, I understand. Wait 1 second. This is Estelle. I am with Field Services Support. Give me a second. Which airport are you at?
I'll explain which one I'm at.
Very well. Let us see what we can do. I'll put you on hold for just a minute. You get put on hold. And the hold music is "Girl from Ipanema," a classic.
Kind of pop around too, eh?
Yeah.
People are looking at me, I'll be like, turn around.
And she comes back on about 20 seconds later and says, ma'am, I understand that you have been dispatched to a investigation in Los Angeles at this time, and we have actually arranged for a flight for you from your airport to Los Angeles. If you go to the front desk, or if you go to the airport counter, they will have it there under your name. You will only have to present ID. You do have ID, don't you?
Yeah, I believe I do have ID.
Great. And I feel like I should check, since you're having some trouble. You're not carrying any firearms, are you?
No, I don't believe so.
Okay, great. Very well. Well, you're probably going to call sometime in the next 48 hours to rate my service. Remember, I am Estelle. I am Agent 28 here, and I would appreciate as fine a review as you feel comfortable giving me. Have a great flight, Brandy.
Thank you. After she hangs up, I'll loudly say, I know there's a problem with my card. We've already talked about this. You were supposed to have it resolved. I am so embarrassed. I can't believe this. Make a little bit of a scene.
A couple of people look at you. A couple of them look like they're really relating to what you're saying, and a couple of them are just kind of rolling their eyes. What a drama queen's what they're thinking. So anyway, you go back up, and yeah, you can now check in. They have your flight. They will, when you present your ID, they will have a ticket available for you.
Thank you. Told you. Problem with the card.
Oh, I never doubted it, man. Never doubted it at all. Have a great flight.
Kind of give the people a side eye when I walk by. Or give me a look.
All righty. So all of you will get to Los Angeles in the plenty of time. Jazz, honestly, for you, it's probably about an 18-hour drive, I think.
Well,
It's not bad at all.
Yeah. Longer drives.
Yeah.
There's a couple of good restaurants. Flying J's. I'm gonna stop at, say hello to the waitresses I know.
Nice. En route, you all will get texts to your burner phones that have a address of a Hampton Inn there in Los Angeles, which you would presume is where you are to meet.
Hampton, man, they're really shelling out for us this time.
I figured it'd be a Motel 6. They leave the lights on for you there.
That's what I'm saying, man.
I don't have to sleep in an abandoned building tonight.
That'd be crazy,
Oh my
dude.
guys.
They could probably arrange that for you if you want. So anyway, all of you arrive there, and we're going to fast forward to you getting to the Hampton Inn, and you're there. There is actually, as you walk in, a sign out front. It's got several meetings that are going on there. One's an insurance adjusters meeting. One is a meeting that just says home office, and there's another one that says Forest Rangers of Southwest USA meeting.
Know where Darren's going.
Where are you going?
Forest Rangers sounds pretty.
Forest Rangers.
First, I'm
We
going
gotta at
to
least
the
see
home
what they're up to, man.
I would like to go to the home office meeting, but like, I just want to walk by the Forest Rangers. And I just
Sure.
office.
Sure.
just see
Just, like,
maybe
see what
there's
they're up to,
cool
you know?
things going
It's a
on.
bunch of very rugged looking men and women
Nice.
with very practical haircuts,
Nice.
sitting in classroom style, watching someone giving a slide presentation about boll weevil infestation of pine trees.
Very cool, my dude.
These guys know how to work some wood. Yeah, you can tell just by looking at them. Hardy men.
Indeed.
Party folks of all sorts.
All right, to the home office.
All righty. So as y'all stream into the home office meeting, it is an empty room, and basically the four of you will stream in. Let's say that Jazz gets there first. Empty room, coffee and Danishes on the table, and there is a manila envelope, big one, sitting on the table, sealed up, as well as what appears to be a actual old style tape recorder, not even a cassette, but an old style, like a mini reel tape recorder.
Oh, interesting. Well, first things first. When I get in and look in the room, I then keep wandering down the hallway to find the restroom.
You can find it, no problem. It's closed.
I will clean myself up. I will block the door. I will clean myself up in the sink.
Hobo shower.
Hobo. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Hobo shower.
Oh no! This be a good old boy shower. This ain't no hobo.
Oh,
You know,
Very
I brought wet wipes and deodorant.
Oh, okay.
Now I got the
Nice.
deodorant from the possums that I killed and used their fat to make soap out of. But
nice.
Oh, I thought you meant you
Fire,
stole deodorant from the possum.
I'll make my way back to the conference room and pour myself a 32-ounce big gulp insulated big gulp cup of coffee, and probably then put another coffee pot on.
All righty. As you get there, you walk in on a lady. Brandy, you have arrived to an empty room, and as you're kind of surveying the room, trying to figure out what's going on, a man walks in the door behind you.
The Rangers meeting is down the hall.
What? Do I look like a ranger to you? I'm here for the home office.
Oh, my apologies. You're in the right place then. And I'll walk over and have a cup of coffee.
Nice. Flick, you're arriving right about now.
Oh crap, my dudes! Did you guys see the super sweet van outside? Oh, I bet some totally dope, daring type of folks driving.
And
No, did not see no van out front.
almost bumping into you as you're waxing poetic about the van is Daring Darren Rodrigo.
Yo, did someone say something about a van?
Oh my god, my dude! I saw you passing me on the highway.
Oh yeah, I was going pretty fast. You know me.
Sweet wheels.
Busy
you
making
know him?
TikToks on the road, so we gotta hit 80.
We sure don't know each other, but we know each other in the way that all spirits know each other, my man.
I feel you, dude.
Very well. So
Yeah, I'm helping myself to a second Danish at this point, and sitting down in a chair, throwing my legs up on the conference room table, and watching these two interesting characters make out with each other.
very good. You all feel
He's
free
a
to
too
introduce
Danish kinda
yourselves to
guy.
each other as you feel appropriate.
I would like to grab myself a snack.
There are
I'm gonna
plenty
grab
of
some
Danishes.
coffee because I've only had 3 cups today, and that is not nearly enough.
Oh, you're gonna have to wait for that pot to be refilled.
Oh,
Hold up the
shoot.
giant mug.
That's a lot of coffee. I respect that.
You did see there was a continental breakfast on the way in that still had coffee.
Oh, snap. I'll go get some. Anyone else want a cup?
I'll take a cup of what they consider coffee here.
Oh, you sound fancy. All right. Anyone else?
No,
All right,
thanks,
cool.
my dude. Hurry back, though.
I will. And I'll go do
Alrighty. Okay, you come back in, no problem. So
Bowl of
let's have-
cereal.
Nice. Let's have some quick introductions. We'll start with Flick, and basically introducing yourself to the other characters here in the room. It's clear all of you are here for the same reason, because nobody else will get here by mistake.
Well, greetings, my fellow patrons of the paranormal. My name is Flick Baggins. I am a paranormal reporter for the clickbait mega giant Rumble Snack. You may have seen me on their YouTube series Rumble Snack Unanswered.
Wow, no, but that sounds so cool.
So everybody can make a roll. If you roll 5% or less, you've actually seen Flick Baggins.
Five.
Oh, 9, almost.
No,
That's a negative,
70
my friend.
That's a 75.
But I will absolutely pretend I have.
Fair enough.
Oh, you're the one who saw the ghost.
I sure did see ghosts when I was a kid. This one time, a ghost stole my bike.
Whoa.
But then, I became impassioned to find it. And now I ghost professionally. And
Man, what a
I never
journey.
found my bike.
I'm proud of you.
You do
Don't
know.
give up, my guys.
You do know ghosts aren't real.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah,
This is going to be like a classic
look.
ghost show. Everyone has to have one of those people who don't believe in the ghosts.
You know, giant crocodiles eating children. Yeah,
Yeah,
those
too.
are real. Bigfoot, real. Seen them.
You've seen Bigfoot? Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, hold on.
That is
I'm not going to
figurative,
derail this
oh
whole
my
thing.
God.
That's a whole nother story for a whole nother day, my man.
Sorry. I'm Jazz Holmes. I'm a certified forklift operator, mechanic, driver of heavy vehicles. If it moves you, I can fix it. I can drive it.
That's a really respectable career, my man.
Yeah, I live out in the swamps.
That's
Seen
also
lots of
a
crazy-
great
Seen
pickup line.
lots of crazy stuff. Never seen a ghost.
Oh, wow.
Maybe you're not looking, my guy.
Maybe.
Well, I'm Brandy, and I'm a barista by profession. And if you want a real cup of coffee when we come across somewhere where I can make you one, it will be amazing.
Oh, do you work at like Starbucks?
I do not work at Starbucks. I work at a local coffee shop, and it's locally sourced coffee.
Yeah,
I'm
girl.
sorry.
stop
I really feel like I
local.
offended you. Might be.
No
I
offense.
didn't mean to
Nick.
trigger you, my bro. My name is Darren, the daring Darren Rodriguez. Rodrigo, sorry.
Oh, God, you're not-
Too much coffee.
Yeah, you might have heard of me. You probably have. Let's be real. I've been on TikTok and YouTube and TikTok again.
Okay,
Roll the
so
tips.
once again, the three of you who are not daring Darren can make a percentile roll. If you roll 5% or less, you've heard of him. You've seen him.
Rolled a 66. I'm holding up a huge sign that says nope.
I rolled a 90. Sorry, my dude.
Nope. It's
All right.
okay.
And there's no such thing as too much coffee, for the record.
Oh, snap.
Alrighty, so you've got on the table in front of you this old style small reel tape player, probably from 1960, you're guessing. And you have a large manila envelope that is sealed that has something in it. You're just not sure what. So what are you going to do?
All right, so guys, this looks like it's the team. I think we should go ahead and like open that envelope.
I think we
This
should
tape
play
player?
the tape recorder.
It's
Okay.
a beautiful piece of EVP technology. I would like to do the honors of pressing play, my guys.
That
I'm
sounds like
not
such a good
sure
idea.
that I trust you to
Too
press.
bad. I press play.
He quickly goes for the button, Jazz. Do you want to try to stop him?
No, I'm just
Okay.
surprised he knows where the button is.
Oh, that's fair. That's
You know,
fair.
these young whippersnappers with their touch screens and their cellular telephones.
That is fair, I have to say. So I'm going to make you make an intelligence roll.
Oh, he'll be fine.
I would use like tape recorders and stuff to capture paranormal stuff. No?
Oh, that's fair too. Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Not quite the same technology, but probably old style cassettes because
Yeah.
they're a lot easier to deal with. Okay,
I know
that's
what
fair.
like the play
No roll.
symbol is.
Yeah,
Sure.
no roll. Alrighty. So the tape recorder comes on, it begins turning, and you hear a voice, and it says, "Welcome to the Hampton Inn, team. We want you to go to the museum, the LA Museum of Natural History. There has been a breaking and entering there, which seems to fit the parameters of one of our normal investigation courses. We do not know what is going on. We are asking your team to go in undercover as provided within the envelope and investigate and find out what has gone on there and if there is anything unusual that the home office should be interested in. If you have questions or have need of help, feel free to call and our crack team of agents will assist." And at that point, it stops and
Whoa.
it
Really?
begins to smoke.
Is that all
To
we get?
smoke?
Yeah, it begins to smoke.
I'm gonna like
Possibly.
push it across the table.
Okay.
Really?
Is there a
That's all
fire
we get?
extinguisher
There was
nearby?
a break-in that was unusual. No details.
Maybe there's in the envelope.
Let's open up the envelope, my dudes.
Okay.
Jazz, you seem like a good reader.
Seems like a very
Jazz pulls out opens up a shirt pocket off the flannel, pulls out the reading glasses, puts them on, sitting on the edge of the bridge of the nose,
See,
Nice.
this dude even has special glasses for it. I knew I picked the right guy.
and I will open up the manila envelope.
Alrighty. In the manila envelope, you see a news clipping from yesterday that talks about the LA Museum of Natural History being closed for the next week or so due to a break-in and some structural concerns. The news clipping, Jazz, is really sparse in terms of details. And so to your trained eye, you would, or to your experienced eye, you would presume that there's a bit of a cover-up of ambiguity going on here, where they are intentionally, either they don't know details or they're intentionally staying away from them.
And it's not like our home office is providing any details either.
The home office does not have any more details. They've
That's
put it
our
in
job.
here as quickly as possible, and so the details are sparse. The note does have the clipping does have a sticky note attached to it that says point of contact, Eloise Spence, Museum Director. And also in the bag, you will find 4 sets of business cards that have been rubber banded together into small stacks, and they have your names on them. And you are, according to the business cards, you are that's what I'm looking for. You are an agent of the Omicron Insurance Company.
Okay.
So you're presuming that is your
Covered.
cover. Yeah.
Is that the people having the other meeting?
No.
No, that's
Oh.
Forestry Service. We're not going
You
into.
should stop by that small insurance people's meeting though. And
There
get
was
some
an
pointers
insurance meeting going
on
on.
how to
too.
be insurance.
It's not them.
That's how you stay in character.
There you go.
I 100% want to stop by and get some pointers about being an insurance agent at that.
Okay.
place.
All right. So that is all you've been given. What you gonna do?
All right. Well,
We're gonna have another Danish.
That's 3, my man. Just be careful. All right. So maybe we should just go ahead and pack up and drive over there.
Sounds like it's time to go to the museum.
Can we spend a night in it?
I'm just really glad to say that Flick is not live streaming all of this. I've heard about that. It just seems bad. Bad idea.
Oh my god. Ghosts don't want their business pried into on live streams.
It's
You know?
They only want it done after post production and effects have been added.
Yeah, my guy. They like to feel able to hide within the film. You know?
It's their comfort space, their safe space.
Yeah. Their comfort zone.
Yeah.
Millennials.
Hop in my car and I'm gonna
I
drive
am
on over.
definitely the old man in this group.
I need a ride. I don't have a car.
Hop in the van, my dude.
Should we all go together or?
Uh, I think that's a good idea. I'm the one with the rust bucket with the camper on top, the camper on the back.
Oh, we can all hop
Probably
in there?
shouldn't show up into the museum with that.
Oh, man. Okay.
So
All right,
park
everyone
in,
in the
park
in
in
the
the-
Volkswagen.
park in the white Ford in the parking lot.
Yep.
Flick, what kind of car do you drive?
I drive like a pretty garbage like little Honda Accord from 2003,
Yeah, we're taking the Volkswagen.
but it drives.
Oh,
It's little.
On the way past the insurance table, I'll grab some goodies that are, like insurance related, like notebooks, pens, whatever. Like 4 of them for everybody.
Perfect. Very good.
Are you gonna teach me how to draw?
Sure.
Sweet.
Can you do foam art?
Oh, whoa.
But it's pretty sweet though.
Wait, a barista that doesn't do foam art?
At a
Oh,
local cafe?
Foam art. Sorry. Yes. Foam art. I can do foam art. I thought you said
Okay.
faux art. I don't even know what that is. But...
No,
I will
I
totally
said
teach you
foam
foam
art. Yeah, I like coffee.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Nice.
So you are heading all together in the Volkswagen van towards the museum. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Did you want to make any stops for anything on the way?
Snacks.
I guess I'm wearing like a button down and jeans. No, we're good. We're good.
Okay.
We're getting jerky. We're
Is
getting trail
everyone,
mix.
is
We're getting
everyone dressed
chips.
like insurance agents though? Are we all dressed appropriately?
Oh, no. That's a
Okay.
good call, my man. We should stop by like a Target or something and get some clothing.
No worries, my guys. I have spare black button downs and jeans. 'Cause
Oh,
that's
sweet.
all I wear.
Is that what insurance people wear?
I don't know. It's professional though.
Oh, okay.
It's professional enough for YouTube.
Pretty sure YouTube doesn't have standards and practices anymore. They put anything. They will put anything up on
That's
this
true.
channel.
I believe that's true.
Anything.
Hey, David. Do I have my
Yeah.
normal travel bag with me with like my magnifying glass and my
Sure.
ability to take samples
Yeah,
of
sure.
things? And okay.
Yeah, you could have taken that with you.
All right. Thank you. Baristas use these things quite regularly.
That's fair.
I'm gonna, move over my tool bag from the truck over to the VW.
Okay. So it is, I will say it's late on a Friday when you all get in. Or excuse me, early on a Friday. So based on your original phone call, you're thinking they were probably expecting you at the museum maybe tomorrow. So you certainly could go early. But if you wanted to spend some time doing something else, it would not be limiting in terms of their expectations of when you show up. So if you wanted to get something, some other clothes or something, you certainly could do that. You've got the time for it.
We're gonna need a montage. A
shopping
shopping
montage.
montage.
Shopping montage.
I mostly just want to make sure all of my sweet paranormal gear is charged and ready to go.
Yeah, I
gonna
got all
move
my
that-
Bigfoot hunting equipment too.
Flick,
Don't
are you
worry.
going to move that out of your bag into the van? Out of your car into the van?
Yeah, I put it all in like this, like real bulky, like one of those like mountain climbing backpacks,
Mm-hmm.
and just carry everything, all of my like
Okay.
all those nonsense equipment things you can't really test. I got them, every single one of them.
Fair enough.
I hate when you ask stuff like that because now it makes me feel like the van's gonna like blow up with all of our stuff inside.
Oh, don't worry. I can fix the van if anything happens to it. It's just one satchel type bag with a lot of different mechanic fixing tools in it: wrenches, hammers, pliers.
All
All right.
everything.
So are we
But-
heading to the museum?
But
day
we should
early?
probably all be in like polos or some yuppie dress like that if we're supposed to be insurance agents
Agreed.
or insurance agent investigators anyway.
So
yeah,
are we
so why don't we
stopping?
stop by like Target or something like
Okay.
that. Ross.
Yeah, you
or
certainly
something.
can do
Why
that.
why to go to an upscale store like that? Let's go to Walmart.
All right.
Ooh, can we find a good thrift store?
It's like a Goodwill.
Yeah,
So-
Oh, man,
yes.
reduce, reuse, recycle.
So you absolutely can, Jazz. The only problem is you would not find polos that match, which might be
Oh.
kind of. I don't know if you were going for like a corporate look or if you were going for just everybody kind of dressed like a golf outing look.
I was thinking, myself showing up in holy ratty jeans and a Leonard Skinner white wife beater T-shirt is not gonna be a good look.
That's fair. So we're more.
We're
going
a
for just
different
golf
kind of
look.
insurance agency.
I'm gonna grab some like khakis in a
Okay.
black. You know?
Yeah, I'll find a pair of khakis and a black polo shirt to wear.
Sure.
And
you
a
can find
belt.
Khakis.
Sure.
My God, I'm going to put on a belt.
So
I'll find
you
out.
easily.
Try to coordinate with them.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll
Shouldn't be too hard.
You can easily find some khakis or something in that color part of the color wheel, and you can easily find a polo or something like it that will make you look like you're kind of business casual. So you still got time. You gonna go over today, or you gonna wait till tomorrow?
I would like to at least just like do a drive-by and see. So we seem a little bit more informed than just like, no, it's our first time here ever.
Yeah, for sure.
And do you think we could get a copy of the police report for the break-in? They're public, right? Like you just have to ask for it in theory.
Typically, that's not true of an active investigation.
Yeah, I would say
I was
not
gonna
until
say,
it's closed. So
And honestly, usually the only way to get a police report, if it's anything of any significance, is with a FOIA request or something like it. Even then, you may not
and
be
then
able
they'll
to.
do what they can not to give it to.
It's possible we could ask that of Eloise when we get there.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'll
True.
ask her for that information when we get there.
Because depending on what was stolen, that may be very important for
Yeah.
us.
Why don't we just drop by and like see if we can talk to her?
Okay.
Worst case scenario, she's like, "Nah, our appointment's tomorrow."
Could happen. You never know.
Yeah.
And I think we just play this off as a surprise. We're here early to make sure
There
they're
you
not.
go.
Just
they
say
don't
we're here
have
to do
more
like a
time to,
primary investigation before we ask her about it. If she thinks
Okay.
it's weird.
Yeah.
All right.
Make sure they're not covering things up. Hiding the elephant boy's bones.
Yeah.
Fair enough. So, so you drive over there. You find the parking lot in the area. All the parking spaces are pretty much free because there's nobody allowed in right now. So you don't have the tourists and the visitors. Everybody, make me a spot, please, and let me know if you make it.
31.
I made it.
66. I failed.
I actually got a good success.
Already?
I
Brandy?
just barely made it.
Okay.
Actually, I got a 31, so that'd be a good success as well.
Okay. So, Flick, you notice something out of the corner of your eye. You're past it faster than you can actually look and see what it is. But Darren and Brandy do kind of turn faster. And what you see is on the western wall of the museum, there is a bunch of security and construction fencing around it, as if maybe they're doing some sort of renovation there or something, and they're just trying to keep the public out of that, whatever's going on there.
We need to remember that because they said some stuff about some structural damage.
Right.
Fair enough. Yeah. So you gonna pull up there? You see the front entrance of the place. It's huge. It's grand. It's everything you'd expect a museum to be. And there is 2 guards standing at the front entrance talking as you pull up in front. And they don't really pay any attention to you at this point. Sorry, go ahead, Brandy.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Before you get out, Flick, can you bring your camera and take pictures like you're a photographer for the insurance company?
Yeah. I'll bring my I have a little handheld camera I was gonna bring.
All right, thank you.
I'll bring a journal and a notebook and make it look like I'm taking notes.
Cheers.
You could also take notes, my guy.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
I am ready to go.
All righty.
That's my
Now let's make the correct first impression here. We kick the doors open at the same time. We all step out together, walk up to them, and then take the sunglasses off.
I was going to say, do we have the music cued?
So,
Do you have a musical preference, Darren?
Punk rock.
so you walk up
Serious.
the multiple flights of steps on the front, up to the front door. And as you're getting closer, the two security guards kind of break off their conversation and look in your direction. And they're smiling. One of them says, "I'm sorry, the museum's closed."
That's okay.
Hello,
We have an appointment.
hello. We're here from the Omicron Insurance Agency.
Oh, what did you say, sir? Pointing at Jazz.
Well, we have an appointment. Eloise Spence is waiting for us. She contacted the museum's insurance. We're here to
Oh.
investigate.
Very good. Have one of you got a business card I can take into her? Thank you. I'll be right back. And he walks through the front door and closes it behind him. So the other guy, who looks like an older guy, he's probably nearing retirement. He kind of sidles up near Jazz, kind of looking over the team, and he kind of leans into Jazz, says, "Oh boy, the great resident, you're having a tough time finding people, aren't you?" Those two look pretty.
Well, I gotta
And
tell-
flicking Rodrigo, you could see this guy kind of looking over past Jazz's head at you.
Yeah. We're just vibing together.
Mhm.
waiting
I
for the
gotta
other guy.
I
I
gotta
may be
work
dumb, but I got really good hearing, my dude.
I got to work with the investigators the home office has provided. I know Flick has a reputation of being one of the best photographers, that the company has. We had this case a few months back, and he took some pictures in some weird ultraviolet blacklight, filtered. I don't understand what half this shit is.
Me neither. I don't even know what the black light is.
but-
How can light be black?
Oh, you color it.
Anyway, one of those weird things that he took a picture of, led us to finding out it was a forgery, and some group of people are now in jail, in the federal penitentiary, and they kept him quiet, of course. Darren can climb like no one else. He'll be up in the rafters looking at the lights and the skylights and those points of egress, and
I got a different point of view.
he's got a different point of view.
It says I
And
have
Brand-
to, yeah.
And Brandy, besides, you have not had coffee until you've had Brandy give you a cup of coffee, but she also sees things. Well, Darren will see things from up high. You've seen that movie Avengers?
Avengers.
That Marvel
No, I don't
movie?
think so.
Okay. Never mind then.
Hey, wait! I remember Avengers. Yeah, they were on in the '60s. That was that Patrick McNee guy.
Different Avengers. We're not going to worry about this.
He had that British lady who wore all leather. Oh boy, I liked her.
You and me both. When I was growing up, Klinger was the epitome. So
I remember Klinger.
But Brandy, not only can she make an amazing cup of coffee, she has a completely different caffeinated look on things.
Wow.
She can look over a crowd, over a scene, and just give you anything you want. Amazing details about people.
I got to admit, I'm glad I said something, because this insurance investigation stuff is a lot different than I thought it was going to be, based on what you're saying.
Yeah, they sent out the crack team. What do you know what's been going on here? Because we try to keep ourselves very open-minded,
Oh yeah.
and so we just know they called us in to investigate an issue.
Yeah, we had a couple days ago. We had I don't even know what to call it. I mean, they're calling it a break-in, but there's no evidence of anybody breaking in, and there's no evidence of anything being taken in the Great Wall exhibit that we've got. China,
Yep.
Um,
hmm
and so I don't know what to tell you beyond that. I know they're trying to fix the building because there was some structural damage. I personally think it's probably a bunch of well, I think it's a bunch of young'uns probably smoking too much of that Mary Jane.
Well, we
Them
can't
youths.
we can't really say Mary Jane anymore. Since it's basically almost legal everywhere now.
I know, but I still think it really screws with their heads.
It probably does, but you know how the government likes to overreach. If they can tax it and make a buck off it, they're going to do it.
That's true.
How long
Then
is
again,
that?
the
How
whole
long
thing
is
might
that?
be a government program, right?
D. How long has that Great Wall exhibit been here?
Oh, that's been let's see, it was supposed to run through end of year, and it's been here a good 3-4 months at this point. Very popular. It's a partial it's a partial construction to look like the wall, along with a bunch of artifacts and some things on Chinese culture.
hmm
You said nothing is missing, my guy?
No, nothing we can tell. There ain't nothing
Interesting.
missing.
Where'd the exhibit come from? Is it on
Oh,
loan from China? Is
yeah,
it
so
on the
the
tour?
I don't know how the museum curators put this stuff together. I'm assuming that the artifacts are on loan from China and other museums, but I couldn't really speak to that officially.
You ever patrol that exhibit at night?
Oh, sure, yeah.
Notice anything strange?
No, it's pretty much same old, same old. I mean, I know they say working in museums kind of creepy and weird stuff happens, but honestly, I haven't seen anything like that.
This
So
may be
I-
a weird question, but was there anything extra there after the break-in?
Anything extra? That is a weird question.
No one
See,
went.
different
Uh,
perspective on things.
Once you meet a put pocket, you never forget, my man.
I have honestly, I have to be honest. I have no idea if there's anything extra. I don't think we've looked for that. You probably have to look at some pictures of the exhibit. Look at how
Before
it
and
is.
after.
Yeah,
I'm really
I
I
good at those
imagine all
picture
this
things.
construction makes it a mess too.
yeah, it's certainly outside of my pay grade.
Any other new exhibits in the last 6 months? Installations?
Yeah, we got a pretty cool one that they're getting ready to start up. It's on the Neanderthals.
That is very cool.
It is. I really like old stuff like that.
Mhm.
Ma'am, I see you holding your finger in there. Did you need my help? I sure hate to make a lady wait.
Well, I was just wondering, do you have security cameras for inside and outside the room?
We do. Yes, ma'am, we do. You'll find. I mean, I assume if you're actually here to talk to the museum director, you'll find out that. So there's a lot of weird things that happened the night of the break-in. 2 security guards were here. I was one of them. I fell asleep on the job, and I have to admit I am currently in a situation with the museum fighting for my job. They're trying to fire me, and I'm having my union, of course, lodge a grievance on my part. But I was asleep when it happened. I've never fallen asleep that I can remember on the job, but that night I did. And the other guard, he's gone. We haven't seen him. He disappeared. So I guess you could say one thing was stolen. Maybe it was him.
That night before you fell asleep, did you smell anything weird? Like sweet?
No, not that I rightly can reckon.
Nah.
What are you getting
hear
at?
anything strange?
Oh, just Bigfoot stuff. Don't worry.
Oh, okay. What, ma'am?
I'm so sorry. Did you hear anything strange?
That night?
Mm-hmm.
Oh no! If I'd have been hearing something strange, I'd have probably been up and around more, and I certainly wouldn't have fallen asleep. I mean, it was just a pretty quiet night. I did my rounds, took a few minutes in the chair just to catch up a little bit and get a little bit of rest. And well, rest turned to shut eye, and I don't know how long I was out, but I mean, it took a good part of the wall down and out while I was asleep. So I
That's
got
a
out pretty hard.
That's a pretty amazing slumber that you were sawing through.
I
The,
agree.
the other guard, did he
Yeah.
disappear after a shift, or but you fell asleep and there were two of you, and when you woke up, there was the wall missing and no guard?
They've found neither hide nor hair of him since that night, and when I woke up, and so I have to be honest, he is a suspect at this point. And I don't know what he might have had to do with it, if anything. But
How long you worked with him?
that was probably about 7 years off and on. Not every night, but we caught a lot of weekends together because we both like working weekends because it's good money.
You
He's
got a
never had
family?
any issues before, has he?
Hmm?
He's never had any issues with the museum before, has he?
No, not that I'm aware of. I haven't either. This is the first time I've ever had to file a grievance. Normally they treat me pretty good, but I'm pretty solid too. I come to work like I'm supposed to.
The other guard, he have a family, kids, relatives in town?
He had a family, one child, nice wife. I've met her. Child's, beautiful little girl, about 5. They haven't seen him.
That's a real
My-
shame.
Yeah, my understanding is the police have been to see the family, and they're not going to tell me much, but they don't seem to have much hope that the family's actually knows where he is.
Well, guards tend to talk to each other during their shifts to pass time. You probably know him better. You probably know him better than his wife.
That I doubt that, but I do know him pretty well. Yeah, he's not the kind. He real happy to be here, real happy for the job. Was making a lot, loved his daughter and his wife. Was making a lot of, gaining some ground in terms of where he wanted his life to go. So kind of
Benefits good?
surprising.
How are the benefits here?
Oh, they're okay. They give us it's kind of cheap insurance, but we don't have to pay a lot for it. We can come see the museum all we want, of course. The pay is actually pretty good. Dental, no life insurance, but yeah, pretty good. They've got a 401k with a match. I'm not really into that because I'm getting too old. I don't have enough time to invest like that.
Do you know anything about this construction they're up to right now? Seems like a pretty big museum already.
Oh, it's big. They're not constructing. They're looking to fix the hole, I think.
Oh, just like
So I wanted to ask you about that. You said something about the wall fell out. I'm concerned that maybe some things have been moved since that night. Can you describe to me what it looked like when you found it?
Well, I mean, I'm sure the director will have pictures that they can show you, but I mean, to me, it literally looked like something big had been driven through the wall. That's what it looked like to me. Like if someone were to get a big old forklift or a bulldozer or something.
I start laughing. I
Oh,
rifle
like that
through-
scene in
I
Batman
rifle-
where they back
I-
up a school bus through the bank.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I rifle through my wallet and pull out my certified forklift driver.
Oh, nice. Much respect. I've tried to learn how to drive those. It's hard. The rear wheel drive thing is weird. The steering, it always throws me off.
while this guard is engaging with these two, can I poke my head inside and see anything in the museum, or is it locked?
He gently puts his hand on the door
No.
and shakes his head.
He's good at his job.
Do you remember, was the rubble on the inside of the room or the outside of the room?
Oh, it was mostly on the outside. Yeah. I mean, there was some on the inside, but mostly the wall rubble was on the outside.
Interesting. If something had driven into the building, you'd think it would have been in the room.
That's why I said it looked like something had driven out of the building. Looked like somebody took a forklift or a bulldozer and drove out of the building, but there were none in the building to drive out, which made it odd.
Surprised there isn't a forklift inside the building.
Well, they got one in the warehouse, but it's not in the building proper. The warehouse is out back. It's on
And
the
it's still
grounds,
there.
but it's not attacked. At this point, the door opens. The other guard comes out and says, the director says she's was not expecting you till tomorrow, but she is happy.
Which is
to,
why we're here today.
happy to take you today if you'll follow me.
Excellent.
You don't need.
Thank you for the pleasant conversations, my dude.
He says, you all have a good day and good luck with your insurance investigating. I hope the coffee's good and the climbing's good.
Thanks.
I hope your union stuff works out, my dude.
Yeah, everybody makes mistakes.
He walks you down the central aisle of the museum, and it's everything you'd expect. It's no Smithsonian, but it is quite beautiful, and they've got lovely exhibits off this main aisle in both directions. Couple of them that you can see. You see one off to the left that is the sign over it is "The Ocean's Deep," and you can see beyond in kind of the darkened hallway the flickering of what appeared to be water. So perhaps it's simulating water or it has actual water. There is one to the right that's labeled Jurassic Mystery. And you can see there's like a velociraptor peeking out over the sign. So you're guessing it's probably like a Jurassic Park dinosaur type exhibit. It looks like maybe it's targeted at younger kids and teens. You come past the Neanderthal exhibit, which is still got paper over the actual entranceway because they're putting it together, but you can see the sign over it. On the left, you also passed one that is a traveling exhibit, clearly marked as such, as is Neanderthal, that says the Bigfoot Mystery. And you see forest-looking paths, and you can see leaves, and you hear the sounds of like the Pacific Northwest coming from there.
And my footsteps as I sprint into it.
The security guard goes, "What? Yeah, Jazz."
I'm just gonna kind of reach out and put a hand on Darren's shoulder. Darren, you gotta wait for the museum to reopen before you can explore that exhibit.
Oh, but dude, it's Bigfoot.
Let's ask the director about it after we're done, and maybe you can spend a whole amount of time there. You know,
yeah, you're right. She may give us a private tour. That'd be dope.
Exactly.
You're right.
Maybe she'll let us see their secret Bigfoot footage. You know.
All right, I'm in.
You know they got it, my dude. You know they got it.
So
Just like
you
the
are
aliens.
you continue on, and the next set of halls, left and right. To the left is it says Imperial Era Japan, and it appears to be kind of the age of the samurai and the shogun, historically laid out. To the right, you've got police tape across it, and you can see the sign says the Great Wall.
That looks like our spot.
Is the museum director in sight anywhere?
You get to an elevator, which is kind of at the middle of the museum, the elevator shafts, and you walk into an elevator and go up to the second floor, and the director's office is right there. And the security guard knocks on the door, and you hear from inside, "Come in." And you see a lady stand up. She is middle-aged and appears to have graying, longer hair that's kind of captured in a rear bun. And she says, "You are here from the insurer."
Yes, we are all here from
Omicron.
Thank you.
Omicron Insurance Agency.
Great. Well,
I'll allow the team to the team can introduce
you are
themselves.
certainly a diverse-looking crew. I was expecting a bunch of very prim and proper accounting-looking fellows, quite honestly. But I'm Eloise Spence. Welcome to the LA Museum of Natural History. I do appreciate your willingness to come quickly so that we can try to get the exhibit back up and running. So I am very eager for you to finish whatever you need to do investigatory-wise so that we can go ahead and commence repairs on the area that was harmed. But yes, if you would give me a quick introduction to who you are.
I'll go ahead and kick it off. It is very nice to meet you, Miss Spence. My name is Flick Baggins.
What is your part of this team, Flick?
I am your cameraman extraordinaire and technology expert.
Wow, that's very thorough. Very thorough. Ma'am?
I'll extend my hand, and I'm Brandy, and I like your exhibits. And I'll start spouting off. I'll lose myself a little bit because I was actually kind of enthralled by them. Some facts about the microorganisms found in the ocean and in the forests, and talk about some of the biology of it all.
Oh, wow. Very impressive, actually.
Wow. Yeah, man.
You, sir? Looks at Darren.
Oh yeah. My name's Darren. I'm the climber.
She stops and looks at the rest of the group and goes,
Oh, you know, just in case you need to get up high or like, get up high.
He's got a different perspective on things.
That's it. That's the smart part.
Well, welcome, Darren. I have to admit, I wasn't expecting a climber as
You
part
did
of this
ask
tour.
for the crack
They
Omicron
never
team.
do.
And you, sir?
I am Jazz Holmes, and I am effectively acting as team lead for this group of insurance investigators.
Very good. She gives you her business card, Jazz, and says, in case you need to contact me further. So
I different business cards for all of us.
Thank you. She puts them all on her desk, like in a line. She says, so tell me how, as a team lead, everybody please feel free to sit down. Tell me what you need from me and kind of what your process is.
I'm gonna start with Brandy.
Jurassic Forest.
Thank you.
Let's start with me. I would like to see the security footage for inside and outside the room at the time of for several hours before and after the incident.
Very well. Anything else?
I'll go ahead and take pictures of the area affected so that we can thoroughly document for insurance.
I'd love to just be able to get my feet on the ground and kind of look around.
We need an inventory of everything that was in the exhibit, where it came from, who has interacted with it from your staff. Also, anything of interest of any new exhibits that have come in as well.
All right.
Because when these things happen, this tends to be a distraction, and a different exhibit may very well have been affected.
Very well. So I'll be glad to take you. Actually, I'll have my security chief take you out to the Great Wall room, the hall where it was set up. Nothing has been touched. The police have come in and they've strung tape and they've put a ton of their fingerprint stuff all over everything, trying to find fingerprints. And they've taken more pictures than anyone can count, I think, of the area. They are vexed. I mean, they don't see why this happened, and they're getting ready, I think, to write it off to some sort of act of terror or act of God. I'm not sure which they think. So I'll be very curious to hear what you think of this. Of course, our interest is in. We have filed a claim, and we wish to have the cost for reconstruction and renovation covered. We have identified nothing that's been stolen. I'll be glad to get you the inventory. I'll have to go down to our sub basements to get that information for you, but I can provide a complete inventory for everything that was in that exhibit for sure.
Do you have a curator who built the exhibit or helped put it together, who knows it like the back of their hand?
Yeah, the head curator's Margot Smith.
Can you make Margot? It does not have to be today, but can you make Margot Smith available to us?
Oh, sure, absolutely. Yeah, I'm sure Margot would be happy to talk to you. She's been here for 30 years, so she's well acquainted with everything.
Wow.
Do you have copies of the statements made to the police that night and any reports that were filed?
I can arrange to have that brought to you. I didn't retain copies of that, but I can certainly request the police to provide us with copies of that, especially for
Are you guys also worried about the security guard that just kind of vanished?
I was going to ask.
She says that's terrible. Luis Gutierrez. He we haven't seen him since the night of this incident, and the police believe he's a. I mean, I have to admit, all the facts would point to him probably being a suspect here.
It does certainly look that way.
Have you ever had any issues with Luis as far as like
None at all.
the museum?
None at all. He's been a model employee, and in fact, I know. I mean, I'm not going to say I'm friends with him, but I do have a personal relationship with him here at work, and I know of his wife and child. I mean, he was very friendly, and we talked about our lives outside of here. So I'm very surprised if he actually is in some way responsible or involved. I'd be very disappointed. It would be a professional low for me for sure. I do have to tell you, security footage. You say your name was Brandy? Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes. Is sparse. All the security systems went down at the time of this, and as we're looking back, it appears they went down. We don't know when exactly it happened because we don't have any. There's no witnesses. There's no footage. But it does look like security footage went down about 5 minutes before, or the security cameras went down about 5 minutes before the event happened, and then they were off for the rest of the night. They were returned to operation the next morning when new security came in.
Were they
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Were they manually turned off, or did they just happen to be off?
They were not manually turned off. The security company came in and looked at it, and they have classified it as a widespread failure, almost as if they were powered down all simultaneously.
Weird.
Where would the guards have been supposed to have been stationed when that camera outage happened?
So they would have been either on patrol or possibly in the break room, maybe. They don't really have the guards don't have a set schedule. They move throughout the facility patrolling and take bathroom breaks and other breaks as needed. Go ahead.
Has the police or your staff tracked the movements up until the cameras go out of the guards?
Yes, we certainly have checked that security footage. We had one of the security guards appeared to be in the bathroom, and then the other security guard actually sat down in a chair and appeared to have been, I hate to admit it, appeared to be falling asleep for about 5 minutes before the cameras went down.
We would definitely want to investigate the bathroom as well.
Yeah, that's how.
The one guard.
That is where Gutierrez was in the bathroom.
So that was the last place he was seen?
Yes, by camera. Yes.
Were there any other indications that the power went out for anything else around the museum?
No.
Right.
And do you normally only have 2 security guards working
Yes.
overnight?
Yeah, at night because we lock the place up and we have the security cameras and there's alarms and they can call out to the police if something goes wrong. So 2 typically is plenty.
What would be the most valuable artifacts?
Oh goodness.
Or sorry, what would be the most valuable artifacts to thieves or to the black market?
So we obviously we have some gems on display in some of our exhibits, but probably honestly the most valuable things would be the collection of katanas that are in the Japan exhibit. There are about a dozen of them, and they are all quite valuable.
But they're all still there.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, as are the gems. We've accounted for everything in the building that was in the building when we closed it up that night.
Okay. Did you find anything extra?
She was not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
I can certainly provide you photos of the exhibit as it is supposed to be, as well as you'll be able to see it as it is, if that would be helpful.
That'd be great.
Be very helpful.
And we can do that for all our exhibits. I mean, we can certainly snap shots from security footage several days ago to see if there's anything in any other. Do you think this might have been a distraction of some sort? Is that what you're getting at?
Potentially.
That's where I start my investigations from.
Okay.
Flick, what else may you want to see or know about?
Well, you guys already asked my questions. I need to go to that bathroom that Louise was already in. Partly to investigate and partly to pee.
Well, the bathroom is free for use. It hasn't been roped off by the police. So,
I'm going to go down and look at that bathroom.
okay.
Randy?
The wall. So I assume you've had engineers come in and take a look at it.
We have.
Did they seem to think that there was some sort of fault in the wall, that it might have fallen, or did they think it was forcefully pushed out?
They have found no fault in the wall. The report we got back from them, honestly, is kind of nonsensical. They said that the wall appeared to have been pulled out.
Pulled out.
That's what they said. Now, I
Like
don't think
sucked.
that's actually. They didn't really give any insight into how one might get enough purchase on cinder block walls to do that. Right, but that is what they said. They said it was the way it looked was consistent with that.
Interesting.
So I know Flick has gone to the bathroom. Would you like me to take the rest of you down to the room so you can see it at this point?
Yes, please.
Sure.
Actually, I'm going to have Franklin, he's my security chief, take you. And I'm going to go down and check with Margot to get some of the inventory information that you requested.
And if you could bring Margot up to the exhibit, that would be...
I would be glad to do that, yes.
It's helpful to get the curator's insights onto everything.
No question. I'm often talking to my curators about this kind of stuff. So Franklin shows up. He's a muscle-bound but older African American, very close cropped hair, and probably at some point a semi-professional or professional athlete for some period of time. He's got that big body and the muscles. He says, so we're going out to the Chinese Wall Museum.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going out to that exhibit. Okay, come on, follow me. Be sure not to touch anything there. The police will be on our ass if we do.
Okay.
We don't want that.
Oh, of course. You play ball?
I played linebacker for the Rams for 2 years and blew out an ACL. Harder to come back from than most people think. My speed
LA or
was
St. Louis?
LA. My speed was never there again after I blew that ACL out. But anyway, come on with me. And
Sure
he
thing.
leads you. He talks about the museum as he goes. He knows a lot about this place. Talks about the exhibits and things that have happened. So a real great resource in terms of what he knows. It doesn't take you long to get there, because it didn't take you long to get there, to the office from where it was. But he pulls the police tape aside, leads you in, and lets you see the exhibit. And in the bathroom, Flick,
Yes.
there's no indication that Gutierrez is here or was here. But what are you looking for?
I want to look around and see if there's any kind of Wi-Fi jammer or toolkit or anything that may have been stashed in this bathroom that would have helped him.
All right, make me a
Okay.
spot hidden.
It's going to be a spooky party.
Failed my spot hidden.
Okay. You are comfortable that there is nothing in here of that kind, that nothing has been secreted in here. And looking at the windows, this has a window, but it's a security window. It would be like, as you look at it, you're thinking, this would take me hours to get through.
I'm gonna check The back of the toilet.
The what?
The back of the toilet.
Oh yeah, sure. You mean like in the bowl or on the
Yeah.
back itself?
Like
Okay. In the tank?
yeah.
Part where people
Yeah.
hide guns.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Where you
There is
hide-
there is nothing in the toilet.
No. Well, I'm gonna go out and see my team then. No, wait.
Alright.
Before I do that, I'm gonna whip out my little. I carry around a little like black light, little like infrared camera getup. Ghost guys. I'm just gonna take some pictures around the room. You know.
Okay.
See what I see.
All right. As you're getting ready to head out of the bathroom, you've got your camera in your hands. You do notice a vent. It's a small vent. It's only about that big in the ceiling. But you notice that on some of the lattice work of the vent, what appears to be maybe some fur or some mold. It's hard to say, but it's kind of black and kind of hairy looking, but could be mold.
Bigfoot.
I want to grab just like a little a piece of trash plastic bag or something out of my pocket, just a little receipt or something. Just grab it without
Receipt.
directly.
All righty. You've got it.
Kitchen stuff, Darren.
What you gonna do? You gonna look at it or what you
I'm
gonna
gonna
do
look
with it?
at it and I'm gonna bring it with me to show to my crew.
Okay. It definitely is fur. It is not mold. And it looks like really short fur. You're not sure what kind of creature it might have come off of, but it looks like it's probably a small mammal of some sort. Like maybe squirrel or something else. It is blackish. It's not like perfect black, but it is definitely blackish. Back in the room, in the exhibit room. Yes, Brandy.
Before we get started, I'm going to reach in my bag and hand everybody gloves.
Okay.
Oh, that's super
Look at the
smart.
security guard. We're
That's
professionals.
way better than a receipt, Brandy.
I'll take out an extra pair for Flick when he gets there too.
Mhm.
Fair enough. So as he gets there, Franklin kind of walks you through what the exhibit looked like. He says, so over here was a recreation of the wall itself. It was kind of a backdrop for the artifacts and kind of the exhibit that they set up. What they try to do is set up an exhibit that showed kind of the lifestyle of the people who built the wall, as well as the lifestyle of the people who were compelling them to build the wall. So it's kind of a juxtaposition of the kind of the labor class versus the ruling class at that period of time. There were some artifacts for sure in this exhibit, but I mean, nothing expensive. It was very pedestrian looking. I mean, they were valuable because they were old, but they were very pedestrian artifacts, not things that would make you go to war. And you can see now, as he's explaining it, it kind of makes sense, but you can see the wall has been almost demolished, and stones lay all over the floor, and the exhibits themselves have been tossed about as if they either were hit by debris or actually were torn off, torn apart by something. And then you've got in the wall, the actual wall of the building, you've got about a 20 by 15 foot high place where the cinder blocks are out in the street at this point.
How is that being like? Wait, they're like in the street, like you can see the street.
Excuse me, out in the parking lot, not the street itself. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Remember, they
No,
got
you're
the
good.
construction fence going around them. My bad.
Mhm.
Yeah, my bad.
You're good. I was just gonna be like, how are you keeping people from going in?
Looking at the scene, does there appear to be like a pattern with how debris was pushed or exhibits removed going towards the wall and pushing the wall out?
Do you have something involving animals, natural world, something like that, skill wise?
Yes. Natural world.
There we go.
Okay.
I'm
So
sorry. Yeah, I have a 40% in that.
okay, make the roll, Jazz, and Brandy, you can make the roll too.
I also have biology too.
26.
96. I don't know.
Okay. So Jazz, as you're looking at it, what occurs to you is it doesn't make sense at first. It doesn't really fit anything like what you're looking for. until you begin to think about the scale that you're looking at. And then it makes sense that whereas you were looking to see how a dog or a bear might mess stuff up, if you made it a dog or a bear that was like 10 times that size, all of a sudden the pattern makes sense.
Interesting. I'm gonna try to climb up like up into the rafters.
About the fur.
Flick your back.
I come in.
You can.
I found this crazy fur. Don't know what it is, but nature guy, it could be Bigfoot.
Whoa.
Go back to Brandy.
Let me see.
She's our biologist. She's our staff biologist.
Brandy is.
Biology is
That is
important for
not-
coffee making. I mean, everybody
It's
knows
not
that.
Bigfoot.
It's not Bigfoot. Brandy, do you know what it is?
Well, I'll pull out like a collection bag and tweezers and take it from him.
Okay.
From the receipt.
And take a look at it as I'm doing that as best as I can. What does it look like to me?
It looks like definitely mammal fur, probably small. Go ahead and make your natural roll again.
The natural world is terrible, but I'm gonna roll it.
Yeah.
No, I made it.
004. 4.
Oh, really good.
Nice.
Natural. Oh, 10 is the best you can. So it's 50, 25, 10. So I made the
Yeah.
best.
So you made an exceptional roll.
Exceptional, yeah.
Yeah. Looking at it, Brandy, you immediately tell this is some form of bat fur.
This is
What?
bat fur. Where did you find it?
I found it in the bathroom vent.
How would a
I
bat
wonder if
get in
something
the
could have
room?
escaped. Like a
Doesn't
little.
sound right.
Brandy, does that sound like enough space for a bat to be able to climb through? I know mice can go through, the tiniest of holes, but can bats fold up like that?
Well, I haven't seen the vent, to be fair. So maybe.
It's only like this big. It doesn't have like big holes in it, right?
No, you're about right. It's about the size of a shoebox.
I guess maybe I'd like to go take a look at it before I can make that determination. It's possible, but I'm not sure.
Why don't you guys go look?
Alright,
Can you show me, Flick?
I'd
With that.
like to go show you.
Okay.
While they do that, I'm gonna go climb and get up
Okay.
into the rafters and try to look downwards and see if there's a pattern in all the mess.
It looks like if you were guessing, you have probably seen something like this when you were a kid, when you set up all your blocks into like little buildings and stuff, and a cat would come running in and just scatter everything. That's kind of what it looks like.
Oh, very interesting.
Hey, Darren.
Yeah.
Does it look like something came into the room, or something was in the room and then pushed its way out?
Can I make a roll to see?
Sure.
What would
Make
you
an
like me to
idea.
roll?
Make an idea roll.
Okay. I actually made it. I got a 39 out of 45.
Yeah. So it definitely looks like, and you're looking at the wall or the stuff that's at the exhibit.
The stuff in the exhibit.
Okay. Stuff in the exhibit looks like something kind of landed in the middle of it and just started sweeping it out of the way.
Oh, are there any vents or anything else like that up around where I'm at?
Oh yeah, sure. You can see vents in the
Are there
ceiling.
any of that look like they've been opened?
No.
Okay, can I like look around at them for a little while and see if I
Sure.
can find any of that fur?
Sure. Make me a spot hidden.
20. Yep.
Really good. So yeah, it'll take you about 5 minutes of looking around and kind of climbing and getting different views on stuff. But you will find one that appears to have some fur on the outside at the screw holes of the vent. There's a little bit of fur caught in the
I'm
screw
gonna
holes.
I'm gonna take a glow stick, crack it,
Mhm.
and then hang it from that vent,
Okay.
and then work my way down.
Alrighty. In the bathroom, Flick takes Brandy to the men's room, and
I want to give her a
Brandy.
boost so that she can be closer to the vent and see
Okay.
better.
Thank you.
The The vent does not look like it has been busted or broken in any way.
Would it be a biology roll maybe to see if if a bat could go through that hole normally?
You can just look at it and tell that a bat can't go through it, because
Yeah.
the vents, the like the little fins, the little louvers on the vent are only about not even a quarter. It'd probably be 1/8 of an inch to 3/8 of an inch apart.
Is there any other way a bat could get out of this room, in or out?
The door.
Just the door. Is there anything else unusual in the room?
Are there any other like
Anywhere
scratches,
else?
anything around?
Yeah.
Any what's Flick?
Any like scratches or anything on like the bathroom? Bus stop?
No, but looking at the vent, you can see there's some scratches around the screw holes that hold the vent in place.
Okay, so maybe someone tried to get out of here and couldn't. Let's maybe go check out our little crime scene. See if we can find
You
another way
heading back?
big bad bat to have gotten out.
Yeah, I'll head back.
Okay. So back in the room, back in the exhibit room, Darren and Jazz continue their investigation. What are you looking at, Jazz and Darren, besides what you've already looked at? Davison, you're
Darren,
muted.
we can't
You're
hear
muted.
you, Darren.
Do we already have a picture of the thing of what it's supposed to look like? The exhibit.
Yeah, so actually Franklin does have a little not an attaché, he's got like a little leather portfolio under his arm, and he pulls it out and flips and hands you a picture of the exhibit. This is clearly a publicity picture. So it's taken professionally to show you what the exhibit should look like. And it is as he described it, though it is marvelous and majestic.
Okay.
Okay.
Would like to potentially attempt to apply some of my hunting skills and kind of follow the debris pattern to the cinder block wall and then out into where all the cinder blocks fell.
Okay.
And see if I find more fur or maybe some footprints or something, or indentations within the concrete where it was pushed out that may be reminiscence of horns or something.
Alrighty. So make me a spot hidden.
Like when
Jazz?
Aragorn hunts the orcs through Fangorn,
Yeah.
Oh, hell no. That's an 83.
but not as good.
So,
I am pretty sure no orcs came through here, and we are not in a forest.
how long are you going to spend looking at this, Jazz?
10 minutes.
Okay.
You know, I'm going to look like I know what I'm doing, and it's obvious I haven't the foggiest clue.
Well, it looks pretty normal to you at present,
Mhm.
right? So you'll continue to kind of move around carefully. I hope you're picking your steps carefully so you don't disturb the scene, because it has not been disturbed from when it happened.
Let me make a dexterity roll. Yes,
Okay.
I am doing that.
Okay.
You break the priceless artifact.
So, Jazz, as you see something that finally kind of makes a light bulb go off in your head, at that point you hear the security guard Franklin goes, "What was that?" And he leaves the room.
Follow.
Okay, Jazz, you staying where you are? Or are you going to follow?
How far away are they? From
He
where
was
I am.
probably about 40 feet away from you at the time.
I'm gonna stay.
Okay.
I'm
you
gonna
get that.
say that
I'm
I
on it.
didn't hear it.
Okay.
I'll follow.
Yeah,
Okay.
you will see him move out as y'all are coming back from the bathroom, Flick and Brandy. You see Franklin moving out, and he's got his little radio on his thing. He's like, "I've got some sort of disturbance on the scanner. I'm moving into Jurassic." And he steps, and you see he pulls out a taser and a flashlight and steps into the Jurassic forest.
I'm so following him in.
Any excuse to go to Jurassic, my dudes.
How
Any
about you,
man.
Brandy? Are you going in?
Yeah, I'll follow Darren.
Okay.
First.
Flick, are
Let's
you
do
going in?
this.
Heck yeah, I'm going in.
Alrighty. So as Jazz stands in the in the debris in the parking area, looking at a what is now a find for sure, Jazz. It's really beginning to come together in your head. And the three of you follow Franklin into the murky forest of the Jurassic. We will take a break. This is a great time to take a 5-minute break.
Ah, what happens to Jurassic?
Cast and crew is going to take 5 minutes. We'll be right back. And everybody, bio break, food, whatever you need. We've got an hour and a half left to go on this part of the adventure.
Awesome.
We're back, and Laurel has something very important to tell us to get this started.
Remember, if you have Amazon Prime, you also get a free Prime Gaming subscription. Prime Gaming subscribers support everyone on the show and get access to sub-only emotes and to a special subscriber-only channel on the Game Tavern Discord. And don't forget to vote in the chat to have an impact on the final part of tonight's investigation.
Indeed. And so the first vote has occurred, and that's why they're at the Jurassic Forest and not at someplace else. So you have given Darren his dream of going into looking into Jurassic Forest.
Thank you.
So if you haven't voted on the other two polls that help dictate the direction of this night's episode, please do. It'll be posted in chat, and we do appreciate your feedback because we love watching these things turn and twist in ways that we can't anticipate. So right before we went on break, Jazz had found something in the cinder blocks, something that was eye-opening and interesting. Brandy and Flick were coming out of the bathroom and joined Darren, who's accompanying Franklin, the security guard, towards some disturbance occurring within the Jurassic exhibit. And that's where we pick it up, in the Jurassic exhibit. Franklin stalks ahead of you through the relative dark. There's not much light in here, and you've got these huge trees that overhang you. And as you step through and follow him, I think Darren's first, correct?
Oh yeah, I got my old style camcorder with the night vision on.
Nice. Okay. How about you, Flick? Are you recording?
Yeah, I've got one of those like motion capture cameras that does little like stick figures that can see through infrared, and it renders humanoid.
All right. Brandy, what are you carrying?
I have a flashlight, of course, in my backpack, and I'm looking up because I think there's a bat in here somewhere.
Oh, good call, bro.
Completely fair. Yes, completely fair. All righty. So you take a few steps forward, and the blanket of darkness really gets even darker. Clearly, the museum's done a great job on giving the creepy factor to this Jurassic exhibit. And Franklin goes, "What's that?" He steps to the left out of view into some foliage.
No. All right. I will chase after him.
Darren takes off after
I got your back, Frank.
And Flick, for just a moment, you're alone as Brandy's looking up and Darren's taken off. And Flick, out of the foliage to your right, you're having a flashback to Jurassic Park, the movie, as what looks like a velociraptor's head comes out of the foliage right towards you. What do you do?
I turn my camera directly towards it to make sure everyone else sees what I'm seeing.
Okay. And
I scream, "Dinosaur!"
The velociraptor goes, roar, and then fades back into the foliage in true Disney animatronic
Whoa,
fashion.
guys! Had a real life encounter with a real life dinosaur.
Woo! Darren, Franklin, who's about 3 steps ahead of you, takes a step to the right, goes, "What the hell?" And you see what appears to be a bundle of rags and legs and arms come running out of the foliage past him towards you. What are you going to do?
I'm sorry, a bundle of legs and arms?
It might be a person, but it might not. It's really hard to tell.
I'm gonna keep recording and get to Frank's side to make sure I can assist him with anything.
Okay. So you record, and what you see is what looks like a panicked homeless woman running out of this foliage back out into the exhibit proper. Flick, you the dinosaur retreats, and you turn, and there is what appears to be maybe some sort of weird mummy, dark mummy
whatever's
creature
coming at me, I'm on it.
running right at you. And as it comes toward you, see it doesn't have all its teeth, and it's got crazy eyes. And she's like, "Never get me!" And she runs past you. Brandy, there's a lot going on, but not up there.
Move my flashlight down so I can see what's going on around me.
Oh yeah, you pull your flashlight down, and it comes up and it spots her face, and she's like, "Damn, won't get me!" And she runs past you.
What the hell is going on?
Wait, man, we have some questions for you. You seen a dinosaur?
Franklin comes running past you, Darren. Like, get her. I don't know who she is, but she should not be here.
Oh. I'll go chasing after him.
Okay. Make
I
me
want to look around for any openings she may have come through.
looking around for what?
Like a door or something, or wherever from the outside.
She ran out of the front of the exhibit the same way y'all came in.
Oh, so she probably just came in while they were open. That's what I want to look for. I want to look for if there's any other little campouts or whatever in this area.
And you hear Franklin, Darren, as you're getting ready to take off, go, "Oh, well, that is some shit right there. I can't believe that. That is not right."
Oh, is
You gonna
it
take off?
literal?
You gonna take off running?
I
Or
want
you
to see
gonna
what
stay?
he's talking about.
Okay. You see, he's pointing at what appears to be one of those Home Depot buckets that looks like she's been using as a bathroom back here.
Gross.
Because I don't know how long she's been here, but she has been not filling up the bucket, thank God. But there's more in there than I want.
Whoa.
I'm
This is
I'm
the
not-
crappiest part of your job.
I agree. It ain't part of my job. I'm not doing it. That's maintenance. I'm walking. I'm just going to report it.
That's why you're a chief.
He walks out and goes, "No emergency, just some crazy homeless woman. Where'd she go?"
She ran out.
She ran that way.
"Let's go get her." He trots off in that direction.
In
I'm
the
gonna go
spirit of
look for
things, that is not my job.
Fair enough.
Let's
Back
look around
out
the
in the
Jurassic
exhibit.
area. No.
Back out in the exhibit, Jazz.
Yeah.
It's taken you a while to kind of get the sense of this, to get the lay of the land, but finally you have recognized what's going on. Several of these cinder blocks appear to have been punctured by claws that are roughly the size of my thumb, maybe a little bigger, maybe as big as two of my fingers together.
Like the claw itself?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. Wow. That's like a velociraptor.
Any chance there may be a claw stuck in one of these cinder blocks?
There is not. There's a chance, but in this case, there is not.
So I am going to use my trusty chalk and draw circles,
Okay.
or at least mark, say, the outer edge of those cinder blocks, so I can bring them to the attention of Brandy when she returns,
All righty.
our resident biologist.
Franklin
coffee.
runs down the
Biologist.
homeless woman pretty quick and brings her back out. He's being pretty gentle with her. I mean, you can tell he's irritated by her, but he is being gentle. And he basically takes her to the front door and he's talking to her. He's like, "How long have you been here?" And she says she basically snuck in when the night the wall was broken, because there was an empty, it was an open wall. So she could sneak in. And she's been in the Jurassic exhibit for several days since. But he says, "Well, you need to get the hell out of here and don't ever come back. If I see you again, I'm going to make life hard for you." And she goes out. "Yeah.
Are we there with her?
Yeah, you're there. You're there."
What were you running from? You were talking about something chasing you, or
She looks at you. She goes and points at Franklin. Goes, "Look at him. Look at his size. He's huge. He's armed."
How long have you been here?
Says several days.
She
hard
came
to
in
tell.
the Wall window.
I did take 5 poops.
Like 5 days, unless you're a more regular pooper than me.
Is that how
No,
you keep track
not
of time?
one a day. 2
Uh,
days ago
I
was a
did
heavy
some
day.
farming while she was here that night.
And help me remember, guys, how long ago did this happen?
5 pips ago.
Like 3 days ago.
Yeah.
She
Okay.
says she hasn't seen anything. She says, "I hid out, but nobody's come through the exhibit since I've been here. It's kind of weird, except for some police. Police came through. They were looking for something, but it wasn't me. I hid."
have you seen any animals?
Okay.
in the building?
Just the plastic ones in the exhibit. They're not real. What's wrong with you, woman?
Well, there's a
They're
hole in the
fake.
wall. So,
Oh, okay.
I mean,
Okay, fair. Okay. You're smart.
Listen, you sound like you've had a heck of a few days, girl. I hope you have yourself a good.
Thank you.
journey.
I'm gonna go busk a little bit and see if I can get a taco.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
give her $1 as she's leaving.
Oh, thank you. She
Give her that.
trots out the front door.
Good luck.
We go back. I want to see
Man,
what
that was wild.
Jazz is. I want to see what Jazz is drawing all over this wall for.
Oh, sure.
Hey, Brandy.
yes.
Well, I'll walk everybody through, but it's I'll let you guys fill up on what had happened in the other room. But I found these holes here in the cinder block. It looked like claws, like this big and gnarly teeth, but mostly claws. What do you make of this?
I'll look
You
a
think
little.
someone's trying to eat the bricks?
Maybe they got their claws into the bricks to get leverage to push them out.
Can I
Oh.
look around at the exhibit and see if any of these items have any kind of like, I don't know, myth or legend attached to their descriptor?
Sure. You can make a you can look around carefully, and what you'll find is that the exhibit itself and the items that are scattered around the room at this point are all kind of mundane, right? It would be like taking like the most mundane part of our lives and trying to really make an exhibit about it, where we're sitting in front of a TV playing PS3, drinking a Coke, eating a Slim Jim.
The life.
That sounds very depressing. I think.
Classic relaxation life, bro.
It's a Thursday afternoon, man.
So I will say, since y'all been sitting here looking at this exhibit for a while, who has the photo of the original exhibit, the PR photo? Okay. All right. Did you share that, Darren, or are you going to keep it to yourself?
Sure. I don't care.
Okay. So yeah, you see the way that it was before it was all messed up, and it's really a very nice exhibit. The recreation of the wall itself, the simulation of it, is really well done. It's built out of stone, so that it doesn't. It's not like some cheap foam board and paint version of it. But I need everyone to please make me an idea roll. And what I'm interested in is how much you make it by.
Negative 15.
Okay. You mean you missed it by 50?
Yeah, that's it. 15.
Okay.
Sorry,
Okay.
I missed it by about 30.
We're doing idea rolls. Yeah.
I missed
Yes.
it by 3.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I made it by half.
Nice. Okay.
Yay. The savior.
So, Flick, I'm not sure why you recognize this, but as you're looking at the picture of the exhibit as it should have been, and you're looking at the room in front of you, there is something wrong with the volume of stone in the room.
Like something's missing?
This don't look right.
What's that, Flick?
The stones don't look right. Are they bigger? Is that what's?
There's just fewer of them.
There's just fewer of them. We're
Yeah.
missing some stones.
Like,
They
are any of
were
them
rearranged
crushed?
to look like originally, but there's not enough of them.
Are any of them crushed on the ground? Like,
I mean, there are some on the ground, but they're not crushed.
Is
Well, that's
is,
strange.
So
So
something
Jazz-
either took.
Brown or Margot? I would like to speak with one of them.
Yeah, she said she's bringing Margot up when you talked to her earlier.
Eventually.
Jazz,
Yes.
you drive forklifts,
Yes, I
and
do.
therefore you're used to looking at pallets and kind of sizing up how much is on them to make sure they're not being overloaded and they don't threaten your safety.
Of course.
Um,
Or the safety of others.
Indeed. And so looking at the original picture, you'd guess there were probably 5 or 6 pallets of stones that went into the recreation of the wall itself.
Yep.
Looking around the room, you're thinking might be 3 pallets worth of stone scattered around on the floor.
That's
That's a
lot of stone.
lot.
Flick, good eye.
Franklin, you don't happen to know where they got these rocks from, do you, my guy?
I am sure we could ask
Franklin says I don't, but I'm
I'm
sure they'll know. It's part of inventory.
Bet you
Probably.
Margo will.
Margot or Eloise should know.
Mhm.
Eloise shows up at about that time, and she comes in. She looks she's like very red in the face and looks kind of upset. And she says, something is wrong. Can you come?
Oh.
Can you come down to the basement with me to the stacks? That's where the curator's offices are.
Yeah, no
Before
problem.
we go, can I take a look at the holes he told me about in the bricks? I didn't get to look at
Yeah,
them. I just went to
of
a
course.
quick look.
Yeah, claws are about yay big.
So they are claw marks. They're not like punctured by something that could have pushed the wall out.
No, it looks like they were punctured by claws and pulled out.
About how big would the animal have to be to have claws that size?
You're guessing it would be probably 15 to 20 feet tall.
Is there any remnant of the claws left in the hole at all?
No. Jazz looked for that.
There's nothing else. Yeah, nothing else. Okay. Okay,
What's wrong with? Let's go check out.
Any idea of what type of animal it could be, Brandy?
Based on the shape of the claws going into the brick and the height of it, is there any kind of animal I think could have done this?
Well,
I
Brandy,
think it's a bat, my dudes.
and are you going to look around when they go to the basement? It's going to take you a while to figure that out.
Sure.
Okay.
I'll stay here.
Alrighty. Make me a idea roll, Brandy.
Nope. No clue.
You missed it?
I did, and I have a good
Wow.
idea.
Okay.
Wow.
We'll come back to you in a sec. The 3 of you go to the basement with Eloise. She does ask Franklin to come with you.
Okay.
And she looks kind of shaken up. And as she's going, she says, I went down to get Margot. Margot didn't come into work today, which, I mean, she called in sick apparently. So that wouldn't be that unusual a thing, but it's the condition that I found the room in, her offices, that concerns me. And she,
Okay.
as she's walking in, she takes you to the office. She opens it and opens the door. You can see her office is like it's like a 15 by 15 room. It is everything you'd expect a museum curator's office to be. It's got bookshelves and desks and tables, and there's stuff everywhere. Like they literally just can't find enough cool stuff to put in their office to look at all the time. There is a normal door-sized safe on the back end of the room that is open. And she looks at that. She goes, that's what's concerning. She doesn't actually have keys to that. And it appears that there's something missing. One of the boxes that we keep relics and artifacts from other museums in is missing from that safe.
Who
Well,
does
that's not ideal.
to that safe?
What, Jazz?
Who normally would have access to that safe or the keys to that?
She says, it would be me. The security guards would have access because they might need to get into it in an emergency. And it would be my second in command, who's the assistant director, but he's been gone for 3 months on sabbatical.
Mr. Gutierrez Mr. Gutierrez?
He would have had access to it, yes.
Hmm.
But this safe was not open last night when I closed the museum up.
That's odd.
That is odd. What is actually missing? You do not.
She says, give me a second. I need to consult the inventory to see what was missing. Oh, she says, here's the inventory of stuff from you'd asked for about the China exhibit, the Great Wall, and hands you a folder with a couple pieces of paper in it. Actually, many pieces of paper in it. And she goes over and starts looking through a file cabinet, trying to find the current inventory on what's in the cabinet, what's in the safe.
I want to look through our stack of papers for where those rocks came from.
Okay. So yeah, you see that they receive rock from several sources. Three, in fact. They received rock from a local construction site where they were quarrying some rock out of an area they wanted to actually build in. They received rock from the Las Vegas metro, not the metro area, the outskirts of Vegas. And they also received some rock from a company called Juarez Imports. And that rock is just labeled as scrap rock out of Mexico.
So it's just a bunch of garbage rock.
That is the way it's labeled, yes.
Yeah, right. I want to contact these people.
Out in the exhibit room, Brandy, please make me another knowledge. Please make me another idea roll.
59, so I have an 85. Yep, made it.
So you've been really looking this over and looking at the different places where there are claw puncture marks in these rocks, in these cinder blocks, and looking at it and kind of turning it over in your head because it doesn't make sense. It's a mystery that you really just don't feel good about. And finally, it all kind of comes together for you. And I need you to make a sanity roll.
Yay. Baby's first sanity check.
80.
What'd you roll?
80. I have a 50 sanity.
Nice.
Hey.
So you do lose some sanity. And for you kind of begin to lose your shit at the implications of what you just realized.
It's impossible. It's not possible. Nope.
The creature that pulled this wall out had 6 arms.
There's nothing in science that has 6 arms like that.
You're
Nope.
correct. Yes.
No. Mm-mm. Nope.
Especially that's is
10 to
Yes,
15.
And it was
Yeah.
huge. Yeah, it's about 20 feet tall.
Guys,
They're not
It's
there.
the guy
We're
from
out
Mortal
there with
Kombat.
You're downstairs.
The exhibit room is empty. The parking lot
I'm
is
gonna
empty.
say-
It's just you. By
I'm
your
gonna start
lonesome.
slowly backing out of here. Where were the stairs to go downstairs? And then kind of like slink over to the wall. Got my flashlight. Well, I don't necessarily want to draw attention to myself. I'm gonna try to. I'll turn that off as best as I can. Remember using the lights that are on in the museum and try to figure out how to get downstairs. Kind of like stealthing around because I don't know what did this.
Okay. So you begin making your way through the museum. Make me a intelligence check.
Have been working for me so far.
Can you figure your way through a museum?
Oh wait, you know what? It's a 85, 42 is half. I did a 37, so
Really good. Okay.
I'm motivated. I'm really motivated right now.
So the adrenaline seems to have focused you.
The caffeine has focused her.
Yes.
The
And
good
you
coffee
make your way
that you
downstairs.
take for yourself.
Yes. So you're making your way downstairs. Y'all three are in the office with Franklin and with the director. And she comes back over after a minute with a logbook and going through the logbook. And she turns to Jazz and says, it's labeled as a Mesoamerican ceremonial dagger of unknown origin. We've had it for about a few months, and we really hadn't gotten to the point where we've studied it enough to know much about it.
Where did it come from?
It was apparently purchased from a dealer of antiquities out of Mexico.
Where you also happen to get some of your rocks for this here Great Wall of China.
Excuse me?
You also happen to get some rocks from Juarez Imports out of Mexico. Is that correct?
I don't know. Is it? She looks legitimately baffled.
It is correct.
She looks at the paper and says, yeah, that's, I mean, obviously I don't take care of those kinds of details, but yes, You're right. That looks correct. What a coincidence.
I want to whip out my phone and see if I can Google Horace.
Oh, of course. Yeah, no problem. It's there in LA. It's down near the dock areas. It's in the industrial areas that are adjacent to the docks. She says, "Excuse me, I'm going to make a call and see if Margot's home. I'm really very concerned about this." And she steps over and pulls out her cell phone and begins dialing and waiting.
I am
Margot's
dropping
desk
some
has lots
eaves.
of papers on it. If anybody wants to do anything with that, what'd you say?
They can do that.
Aaron?
I am dropping some eaves.
I don't know
You're
what that
listening.
means.
Eavesdropping.
Oh, okay.
Upon the
Excuse me.
phone call. I
Clearly,
assume.
that went right over my head.
I would like to look through the safe.
Oh, sure. It's basically a bunch of brown and tan shoebox size boxes, Jazz, and each one has has a number on it to identify it, but you have to reference that against the log itself to figure out what is in it or to know what's in it. And there's probably 30 of them in there right now.
Well, I will pop as many as I can to see if there's anything obviously missing from them, and then
Okay.
I'll write the paperwork.
Yeah, so you'll find they're all where they're supposed to be.
Okay.
I mean, they're all full of something, so nothing appears to be missing. Brandy, you come walking in. Brandy looks shocked.
I shut the door and I put my back to it and I kind of lean back into it and I just stand there.
Brandy, are you okay?
Yeah, Brandy.
I
You look like you see a ghost.
A ghost!
Ghosts are not real.
You don't know that, Jazz. You don't know it.
I don't know. I don't understand. I was looking at the exhibit and the thing that had to have done this has got to be 20 feet tall with claws. I mean, but on top of that, 6 arms. It has to have 6 arms. I know nothing that's like
Man,
that.
I'm not gonna lie, you guys are so smart. You can figure all this stuff out just by looking at rocks. That's crazy to me.
Wait, Darren, don't you spend most of your day staring at rocks as you climb them?
God damn, I thought you were
Ah,
having
good
a
point. Checkmate, my friend.
So
Hey,
Darren,
Flick,
she
Flick.
sits there on the phone for like 20 seconds and then closes it, goes and turns and sees you right there. She says, "Margot's not answering her phone."
Oh, that's less than ideal.
Do you have anything in this museum that matches this description? I'll just 20 feet tall, claws, 6 arms, like that someone could have used. I don't understand. To broke out the wall. Like, is there anything that you're familiar with like that?
Are you asking me to tell you what that would be in mythology, or are you asking me if we have something that's actually that size?
Yes.
Oh,
I don't think we have anything that size, although there may be a couple statues that come close. The only thing I would know in mythology that would fit that description would be maybe the Hindu god Shiva. But that's just because of the arms. We don't have any
Yeah.
Hindu exhibits here.
Was
Do
there
you happen
anything?
to have Margot's address that we could maybe stop by and ask her in person?
Oh,
Some questions.
are you telling me that you're going to preemptively expand your insurance investigation into this dagger? Because I'd appreciate that, because it'll take me probably a day to file the claim.
Well, the dagger, and also
Absolutely.
she know where the rocks came from, their value.
Oh, yeah.
A little more
Okay, yeah,
information
yeah.
about
Okay,
specific.
yeah, that's really smart. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm a little
Well, they
rattled.
definitely could be related.
there's a missing dagger.
Oh yes, Brandy. Yes.
Yeah, there
While
is.
you were looking over the wall scene upstairs, we Eloise brought us down here to Margot's office, and this safe that Margot does not have access to, even though it's in her office, and she's a curator. And I'm giving some side eye at the museum director. Apparently, was opened during the time period where nothing was, where the incident happened, and a dagger of some Mesoamerican Mexican origin of unknown significance is missing from the
Margo,
safe.
Margo looks at you, Jazz, and says, "This office is shared by 3 people. I mean, we have less than ideal conditions down here
Sorry,
for office.
was not aware that this was shared by other curators. Thought this was just Margot.
Perfectly fine. I mean, it just happens that the safe was here, and rebuilding around it was inconvenient.
Of course. Was there anything of interest paperwork-wise on the desk?
Who looked?
I did.
Okay. Make me a library use. You don't get to use that one in Modern Cthulhu often.
No, you do
Oh.
not.
Wait, that can't be right. 0, 0, 0. So I got zeros all around. That's
You rolled
Oh.
100 too?
Let's get those
Yeah.
bad rolls out of the way now.
200s in one game. That is amazing.
so I
So,
can't read them at all. They burst into flame as I touch it.
You're looking, Flick, and you see something that looks like it catches your interest. And as you move your hand real quick to go get it, you hit a cup over that has half full with cold coffee that spills onto it, and you see the ink beginning to run even as you're watching it.
Mm.
Good news, everyone. I've made a mistake. It's a learning opportunity, really. Which is that we shouldn't store coffee on important paper.
That's
You
fair.
should
probably
leave
true.
coffee in the cup. I mean, who does that?
That's fair.
Yeah.
Very
Not very
careless
funny,
people.
Margo.
I will say the other interesting thing you see on the desk, besides the papers, most of which are not of interest to you, is she does have a notepad next to her phone. She's actually got a real landline still. Very archaic.
Are there
Set
things
them
written
off.
on the notepad?
There is nothing written on the notepad.
I'm gonna take a little pencil and lightly scrape against it.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Flick.
Classic investigator style.
There was a note on the paper above it that said dagger A39, and then it has a $sign and it says 3M.
That's a lot of
You've been categorizing the daggers for how much
That is a lot of
Feel on?
Is there a microscope in this room by any chance?
No, they have some actually, let me think about that. They have some magnifying glasses and like one of those big panes of glass that magnifies that you can move it closer, but not a true microscope. There are labs on this level that would have a microscope.
At some point, I might like to take a look at the sample of fur that we got, just out of
Mm.
curiosity.
Do you wish
Smart.
to do that now?
Not by myself.
I will go with you.
I mean, if you
I think
need an
that-
escort, I can come with you.
That would be lovely. Thank you.
Yeah, let's go look at some fur.
We have 2 missing people, a six-armed something, a homeless lady running around here. I don't know what's going on, but
As long as we're not investigating the poo bucket.
Yeah.
Are there photos attached to the inventory of items?
So any item that would be considered an actual relic or artifact, like has a known perceived value, would have a photo with it attached to it. But the rocks that made up the wall were basically just, whoever said it earlier, were viewed as scrap rock.
Well, I'm asking about the dagger specifically.
Yeah. They do have a photo of the dagger, yes.
I want to Google Lens that photo of the dagger and see if
Sure.
any related images pop up.
Make me a luck roll.
technology.
29. And my luck is 60, so I'm by half.
Okay.
Nice.
So yeah, you find a Google image that attaches to a weird GeoCities account that somehow is still online from 20 years ago, where somebody is writing about this dagger, and it's kind of like in Latin America. And do you speak Spanish?
Yeah, me as a person, yes.
Flick, does Flick speak
Yeah.
Spanish?
Yes,
Okay.
a little bit. I mean, he lives in California. He got like
Okay.
conversation.
So you're gonna have
basic.
you're gonna have to use some Google Translate to really get a good translation. But it basically is kind of like that doll that we've seen in for real in modern internet, where people talk about it being haunted, and there are all these stories associated with it. The dagger is kind of the same. It's one of those things where wherever it goes, lives are ruined and blood is spilled.
You might say I may have even heard of this as a paranormal investigator before.
Well, in your mind, it's definitely paranormal.
The kind of thing I would definitely be investigating.
Yes.
I want to relay that information to everyone. So
They
they
have
know.
left the room to go look at the bat thing.
Just kidding. He left the room already.
Yeah, Margot's, it's not Margot, the director's still there with you, as is Franklin. You three go find a lab. The lab technicians will allow you in if you show them your business cards. And you can check it out on a microscope, Brandy. I'm not going to make you roll. It is definitely bat fur.
Just
It
regular
is-
bat fur.
It is a form of vampire bat that is native to South America.
I will relay that information.
Fair
It's a
enough.
South American bat.
So we got a cursed dagger that summons a giant 20-foot tall 6-armed bat monster that eats rocks.
Or pulls them.
Just pulls rocks.
Or is made up of rocks.
This is
Well, I don't
wild.
think we have to worry about it because it got out, right? Like,
Did it?
I'm hopeful.
Flick.
Did it?
The director, her phone goes off while you're kind of finishing off your action, and you hear her talking to somebody, and she closes it and looks at you and says, "Can you please take your team to Margot's place? The police are there and they found something disturbing."
Yes, immediately. And I'm going to go grab the team from the lab.
All right.
And while I'm there, I'm going to tell them about this cursed dagger.
Tell them. Tell
From
them.
my guys. There's this cursed dagger. I found about it on Google. I know.
Uh-huh.
The internet, you can't believe everything. But this time, guys, GeoCities user, Mr. Informed XL246 would
Oh, wow.
never mislead me. Okay?
It's true.
And so,
I just
that's
put my
nothing
head in my
happening
hands.
to people. Listen to me, guys. Things are connected. Mesoamerica, the Mexican import company, the Rocks, Jazz.
That makes sense because she just said that the thing came from like a South American bat.
Oh my God, there's a South American bat here.
At least one.
Vampire
It's fur.
bat.
Ugh,
Oh, vampire bat. Sorry.
I know about that, but I don't know nothing about vampires. Oh, also, we need to go check out Margot's house.
Oh.
Police are there. I
Oh.
think something happened to her.
Oh. Okay. That
Did-
doesn't sound good
yeah.
at all.
It's from Eloise. I assume
Okay.
she wrote it down for us.
Eloise, we'll take a look, but I'm not sure if your insurance will cover her property.
Or her life.
Yeah,
Unless-
those
she
are
says-
outside of our scope of our
She
policy.
says, I'm really only interested, to be honest, in, I mean, I don't want to sound like that, but I'm looking out for the museum's interests here. It's
So
proper.
clearly you care a lot about the curator's
Of
life.
course I do. Of course I do. I work with her, but I can't make that different, and I certainly can't take out an insurance policy on her now. And why would I?
Mistakes, hindsight. I know, I
Well,
get
it
it.
seems pretty suspicious. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, if we can recover the dagger, that'd be less we would have to pay.
All right, everybody
Yeah.
into the mystery van. Let's go to
To the
Margot's
mystery
house.
A
machine.
mystery van.
The van of mystery.
It is the mystery machine.
The mysterious mysteries van.
All right. So you drive, it takes you about 40 minutes to get to her house. She lives in a not a suburb, but it's approaching the suburbs of LA. And you can see the police. There's multiple cars out there, and they've got the crime tape up already. And so there is an officer there as you hop out and head towards the house. He says, "We have an active crime scene here. I'm going to need to ask y'all to move along."
We'll flash our business card.
Mhm.
Omicron
Listen.
insurance.
That's very impressive. Why are you here?
Miss Spence over at the museum, she's Margot's boss, and she asked us to come get some information about some missing items they've got.
Well, this is a crime scene. There's been a murder. It's pretty bad. So,
Murder?
I mean, I think, yeah, I have to say it's a murder. I can't see any other way that. I mean, it sure
Oh,
seems
please
that
don't
way.
tell me it's the
There's
resident
been a
that
murder.
lives here.
Was it Margot?
Yeah, it appears to be her. Yes.
Oh no.
That's a
And what is your interest in this person?
So we're
Well-
insurance investigators, and we've seen some things.
I'm sure you have. Yeah. Mhm.
We're looking for some missing artifacts from the museum.
We
There's
believe
a-
that Margot might have stolen some of them before she came home.
Ah.
Mhm. Specifically, there is a sacrificial dagger that the museum is of interest recovering.
And if it's been used for a murder, we need to know.
The museum
Well-
may even be offering a reward for it.
I can escort you in and give you about 5 minutes to look while under my supervision, but I can't just let you in.
That
it
would be
seems
very
to be
No
appreciated.
doubt at all.
And I have a request: no pictures of my team, please. You know, we do investigations, and so we don't want people to know who we are.
Oh, that's fair. We have no reason to take a picture of you. Honestly,
Museum.
I'd rather-
Our
rather maybe
company
read.
likes to keep it on the down low from the museums when we show up and do unannounced inspections of
fair.
security.
That's fair. So he takes you into the house. Omega Control, what is the choice for our second poll? I've got him turned so far down I can't hardly hear him. I heard you though, Jack. I need to turn him up a little louder.
I'm gonna get my camera out and start taking pictures too while we're here.
So you go into the house and you see a woman. She is probably early 30s. She is actually nailed to the wall with her feet up. So she's like in a reverse
Mm-hmm.
Vitruvian man style.
Oh, okay.
And all around her in a circle in blood are written things you've never seen, words you've never seen, and characters you've never seen. And she has bled out from multiple stab wounds that are very carefully placed. Who has
Oh no.
medicine or first aid as a skill that they have put points into?
I have
Oh,
both.
If you have either, you may make a skill roll.
I have first
Okay.
aid.
Okay,
Do I want to?
that's your call.
I've seen some
nice.
bodies.
Oh,
I made it.
You
David,
made it?
I
didn't know.
I have a 35.
Jazz?
0-1.
Oh God. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna lose some sanity.
Brandy, you made it too?
I did not.
Did not. That's so funny that she didn't make it of everybody.
I know.
All right. So everybody
I'm
but
all
Brandy, please make me a sanity roll. Jazz, yours is going to be at disadvantage.
All right. Well, the 35 gets thrown out.
85.
Okay.
I take that back. I will keep the 35. My other roll was a 7.
All righty. So you actually made your sanity roll. Yes.
Thank you.
You do take a couple points.
Of course.
Darren, what'd you get?
I got 100.
Oh,
The third 100 of this game. That's remarkable.
We're doing great tonight.
That means I am due to roll 100 at a very bad time.
Yeah.
No.
Flick, did you
It's
make yours?
coming.
No.
Okay. So Flick and Darren, both of you can almost feel yourself being enticed by the words around her, right? It's like the words themselves are whispering to you, and you can almost hear them being verbalized inside your ears.
What's this thing?
Brandy, you have seen some stuff, but this is amongst the worst stuff you've seen. Jazz, you're the only one who failed sanity, but also kept it together, failed the roll, but kept it together well enough not to lose sanity well. And what you notice is that the stab wounds into this person have been very precisely chosen to optimize the amount of time that it would take to bleed out.
Makes sense. I have a hunting background. I'm used to.
Oh yeah,
gun
yeah. Actually, that's
cutting
really
game.
great. Yeah, it's a great point. So, Darren and Flick, you really want to go over to that wall and get to know it, and you also really don't want to be here simultaneously.
I'm gonna take
Okay.
out my camera and start just slowly recording the words around the thing.
Okay.
I'm gonna go up and place my hand on the wall.
I'm going to stop Darren from doing, or if the policeman doesn't stop him from doing that, I will.
The policeman does move towards him also and puts a hand on your shoulder, Darren.
Yeah.
It's a crime scene. You shouldn't be touching it.
Oh,
Also,
I
it's
okay.
blood. It's a bloodborne pathogen.
oh,
I have a glove.
gloves.
Oh,
I've got more.
good point.
I
Still,
will
please.
point out to the policeman it looks like the wounds were done to maximize the amount of time it would take for her blood to come out.
The policeman looks at you and says, "The fuck you say?"
Have you ever hunted animals?
No,
You
this
know,
is
deer
California.
hunting. It's California.
No.
Okay.
I can't do that.
Back home, half of the meals that we eat are stuff that we've hunted, so we know how to bring down game and how to appropriately exsanguinate it so that the meat doesn't spoil.
Well, thank you for pointing that out to me.
Yeah, I'm
That's
a little bit
good.
disturbed by that too. So
He says, "Well, y'all take your look and get on out, especially you." He posted, "Darren, you go ahead and get out.
What?
I don't want you touching."
yeah, before we
What?
go, since I kind of had an idea on those dagger of the wounds, do they look to be about the size of from the photographs that we have of the missing dagger to be?
Certainly could be.
Okay.
Certainly could be.
I'll pull out a swab and I'll say, I know this is a strange request, but in your whole scene here, is it possible for me to get a sample of my own to take with me for insurance purposes? So we can make sure that there isn't, I know you're going to do your own test to make sure there isn't something abnormal with the blood. Like, you can take the sample yourself. Like,
Yeah. He takes the swab, walks over and sticks it into one of the holes on her, swabs it around and gives it back to you.
that'll do it.
Is-
Right in this tube.
I think we've spent enough time together today.
Yep, David. While Brandy's got him distracted, are there any museum paperwork or things of interest out around
Does
the
she have a
apartment?
computer with a screen pulled up by him?
There's not, but there is a printed email sitting on the table near the TV.
Snag it.
Can I snag it?
Yeah, I mean, so the computers, you look at it, Flick, it looks like it's been locked out. I mean, it's just been it's been normally locked out.
Yeah.
Jazz, you see the things, you see the email printed sitting on the TV stand.
Can I get a? Sorry, I'm hoping
Or
Flick.
you can grab it. You can grab it.
No. I pointed out the Flick, and hopefully he gets a
I'm gonna
picture
take a
of it.
picture of it instead.
Oh, okay,
and, you know,
sure. Yeah,
touch
sure.
it.
That's even better. Yeah. So, and the officer is going to urgently escort you from the scene.
And we're going to urgently leave with him. Well,
And
except for
I'd
maybe
like to
Dagger.
urgently read that email I took a photo of.
The email basically is very short. It basically just says, meeting your house 1 hour ago. If you not, it doesn't say 1 hour ago. It references
Yeah.
time 1 hour ago. And it says, presuming you have Dagger, we have the money.
Oh.
Does it have a from?
It just the from is actually from the Mexican embassy. It's a generic Mexican embassy email.
Interesting.
Was there
So she's gonna
a
sell it to their
meet
government?
location in the email?
Oh, what?
Was there a meet-up location in the
It was
email?
her
At
house.
her house.
Her house.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Are
So
there
she
any cracks
agreed
of
and-
blood leaving out of the apartment? I mean, that seems like a lot of blood.
They seem to have very good control over the blood.
That's a good sign.
Um,
A hemomancer.
Yes.
I wonder if we could go talk to these folks down by the dock, the Juarez Imports folks.
I'm done. We should also probably tell what was her name? Elise? Luis?
Eloise.
Eloise. That she's dead and was planning to sell it.
I think maybe the cops should handle that.
Yeah, the cops can handle that, but we still should inform Eloise so that the appropriate paperwork gets filled out for the insurance forms that we can't sign.
Yes.
We
The,
can't sign off on.
And maybe they've been contacted about the artifact by somebody anyway, like wanting to buy it.
And we could, yeah, that's actually smart.
Yeah. That's
Or if
smart.
someone was like angrily trying to demand it back from them or some shit.
Right.
So I wish to tell our audience right now that if you haven't voted in tonight's polls, we have the third direction coming up from you. So please vote. And we'll see how it goes. So you are heading to Juarez, is that correct? Juarez Imports?
yeah, and we're gonna call Eloise and
Okay.
let her know.
Uh,
what's happening.
She picks up. This is Director Eloise. May I help you?
This is someone else's call. Darren doesn't do bad news. Hands it off.
Flick's got it.
Hi, Eloise. This is Flick back in.
Hey,
I thought-
you were one of the insurance guys.
Yeah, that's me. You asked us to come check on Margot. Yeah, I got some bad news.
She was hurt.
Yeah, she was like super murdered.
What is how, she is dead on the other side. She is,
So like,
how is someone super murdered?
so like you've heard of being regular murder. You just die in a sad way. Super murdered is like, I don't want to give you the graphic details, Eloise, but there's a lot.
Well, this
and-
is shocking.
We were just wondering, has anyone, I don't know, asked you guys recently to return any daggers to the Mexican government or anything?
No, we haven't had anything like that. We were approached several months ago by a anonymous purchase agent regarding that dagger, in fact, that is missing. Did you find the dagger at her place?
Well, we didn't find the dagger, but we
Oh,
did
that's a
find
shame.
some. It looks like she took it. Yeah, it looks like she took it. And if you happen to come up with any information or remember anything about who this anonymous purchaser was,
I don't know. They were anonymous. If I knew, I'd tell you.
do you just get like a letter at the door?
You
don't know
get
what
a
we
note
found.
slipped underneath your door? Did you get an
Yeah.
email? A
Oh,
letter?
we received an email through a third party who we know. They're a dealer in the area, but they were very clear about protecting the anonymity of their potential buyer. And honestly, that happens in the museum industry all the time.
Yeah, you know,
It's
I
pretty
totally
common.
get that. You want to stay anonymous. Maybe you could give us the dealer's information, though. I just love to run some questions by him. Make
Oh,
sure you
sure.
guys get your full reimbursement for this.
Oh, sure. This dealer, she gives you a name. This dealer is Sven Larson.
Sven, awesome.
And they are out of Minnesota, actually.
Oh
run it.
wow, you know, I've
They
been
have
to
an
Minnesota
office. They have an office in Minneapolis.
Wow, cool. It's a lot colder than here. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I bet for sure.
Well, cool. Thank you very much, Eloise. And you know, we're gonna keep working on this. We'll keep you updated.
Okay, well, I'll look forward to it. Should I go ahead and start filling out paperwork on the dagger?
Yes.
Yeah. Just
Yeah,
go
tell
ahead
her
and
Margot's pretty much sold it.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, God, I'm not gonna tell her that. Tell her not to tell her that.
Send her the picture of the email.
No, it's nothing else. Don't worry about it. Like, we're totally gonna solve this.
Is everything okay, Flick?
Yeah, everything's fine.
Okay.
We're just concerned
Okay.
about
All right.
safety concerns.
Okay. Well, I'm going to get to work on that paperwork. Thank you. Thank you for keeping me informed.
All right, you have a good one, Eloise.
It's going to be hard, but I'll try.
I'm so sorry. My condolences. I
Thank you.
hang up the phone and I say, guys, I got a break. I found an art dealer.
Is anyone else like super concerned with the fact that she doesn't give a shit that that lady died?
Did we
I
actually
will
tell her,
say, I
Margot?
think I
Yeah, we did
delivered
tell her,
the
Margot.
news very positively, all things considered. You know, maybe I'm just great at delivering bad news.
I disagree with that last part for sure.
Yeah,
Whoa.
I think you could have eased her a lot better into it than saying, "Hi, she's super dead. Here's her head."
Yeah, well, I will not take criticism from people who sat by and watched, okay, my dude? I am living life, even if I make mistakes, you know?
Well, yeah, it's just like admitting them, right?
Yeah.
Are we in the car heading somewhere at this point?
Yeah, we're in the van going to the
I didn't
Alvarez. or
know if
whatever.
everything had just broken down outside the car, outside the crime scene.
The cop's still standing right
Yeah,
there.
they're listening in
No,
on the
no, we were in the
conversation.
car.
She's super murdered, bro.
God's like,
I'm gonna use that sometime.
Super
Yeah,
murdered.
listen, it really helps to soften when you use words like super or stellarly murdered.
All righty. So you're heading towards Juarez
Yeah.
Imports. That'll be about an hour drive because, again, it's towards the
Ugh.
coast near the docks area, the harbor area.
Traffic here sucks.
And it's getting early evening at this point, right? Probably getting
Yeah.
up. So you're probably moving through rush hour, which sucks extra hard. It's like super traffic.
It's like super rush.
That's right. And you probably pull in about 6:30 into the area where Juarez is. It is a very nondescript building. It's a big warehouse, not super fancy, clearly aged, with rust
Mhm.
spots here and there. It's got chain link all the way around it with razor wire on top. Chain link is only 7 feet tall, but it keeps most people out. There is a small office, also corrugated steel, outside the chain link that attaches to the complex, and it's got a sign that's really aged and weathered that says Juarez Imports, and it also says underneath Exports, but the Exports doesn't seem to be in as good a shape. It's like extra worn. Like maybe they stopped really focusing on that part of the business and didn't paint the sign when they got it repainted. Only had imports redone.
Listen, you can't afford to do everything, you know?
Well, so they're clearly closed. I will say that. I imagine the office is probably about the size of a double wide trailer, and probably about a similar configuration.
Okay.
I'll just peek in the window, see if I can see anyone. closed
There is no one.
today.
There is no one. They are closed. But looking through the window, you can see it's kind of it's a dingy, small mom and pop business where nobody really comes to their office. So their office doesn't have any niceties. There's no
Yeah.
aesthetic to it. It's all just pure. Oh, we've had
Function.
this for 20 years, and we're not going to get rid of it till it falls apart.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's paid for. Why spend it? Spend it
that's
again.
exactly right. Yeah.
So we want to like break in here and try to find some stuff.
Perhaps.
I think our better option would be to try and contact them when they're open, maybe.
Yeah, but that's like
Well-
not now.
It is Friday, and it is the evening.
I
So
can't wait till Monday,
Fine.
man. We got a fresh body in the floor.
Okay,
Well,
well,
any security cameras?
there is a security camera mounted on a pole. Actually, two of them. One faces the office, and one faces kind of from a distance the warehouse. In your estimation, do you spend a lot of time looking at security operations, Jess?
Probably not.
Okay. Well, so I'm going to put it in context of what you probably do look at, which is safety, like safety mirrors and stuff.
Mhm.
This is probably not the greatest security getup you've ever seen, and even
There
to
are-
your untrained eye, it would not be hard to.
There are places I could drive a forklift through here that nobody would see it.
Yes, sir. That's exactly correct.
Oh,
Okay.
we need a forklift.
so what you're saying?
Do you have a forklift in that bag?
No, but there's probably one in the warehouse if we really need
There
it.
probably is. Yeah.
That's true.
But what I'm saying is that there should be a route that we could take that's going to avoid both of these cameras and get us to the office. But do anyone here know how to, pop a window?
Yeah,
Pop a door?
totally. I do.
I
Okay.
feel like I would know at least a little bit. Breaking
Between the
into-
ages of 18 and 26, I pretty much didn't pay for anything.
So you were a guest of the federal penitentiary system, is what I'm hearing.
Oh no, I was a dirtbag.
Nice. Dirt bags unite, my dude.
You don't get caught. Come on, man.
All right.
What do
then,
I look like? An idiot?
Then Mr. Dirtbag, lead the way.
All right,
Wait,
cool.
wait, gloves. And
Oh, gloves, yes.
I have a
Oh,
little bit
yeah.
of electrical repair. Is there since it's trailer, is there a power source? Because there may be some other security things that we don't know about. That
Yeah. So the trailer's definitely wired for power. I mean, it's an office. So they use it every day that they're open to do their business. So it's got a regular power hookup. It's hooked up just like a building would be.
So the cameras only got view of like one side of the building. Is that
Yeah, you've got two cameras. One is pointed at like the front door of the office, and it kind of encapsulates that side of the office. And the other one from the same pole is pointed at the warehouse, and it kind of encapsulates the south and east sides of the warehouse. So there's definitely some blind spots here.
Oh,
this
so we could
place-
easily just go from the back side of the office.
Yeah, you could, or the back side
Okay.
of the warehouse. When
Yeah.
you consider that the goods that they have shipped to the museum are rocks, scrap rocks, that gives you an idea about what kind of revenue they're driving, right?
Mhm.
Yeah,
do you have an extra hoodie by any chance?
I've got
Me?
an extra black button down.
In the hoodie.
I'm sure there's
Really.
a pretty beat up hoodie somewhere in the back of that van. I just don't know what the crusty stuff is. So just
Can I borrow
rub
it?
it off or something. I don't
I'll
know.
borrow it and I'll put it on just in case. Kind of try to cover my face up just in
That's
case.
smart. You're smart.
I'm gonna straight up wrap the shirt around my head. Nothing fancy here.
I did not bring the hunting gear from the truck at the Howard Johnson or whatever
all right.
hotel they put us up in. I'll go as is. Pull down the ball cap a little bit tighter.
Nice.
Tuck up
Okay,
the
so
mullet.
what's the plan here?
I think we should enter from like the back side of the office and work our way into there and go that direction.
Y'all think backside of the office or the warehouse?
Yeah.
since that's probably where rocks would be.
Oh, that's true. Because I want to look for like paperwork and stuff.
Yeah, I'm very
Yeah.
interested in paperwork before we go in. And
Let's go for
potentially-
paperwork first. That sounds more important.
Agreed.
Yeah.
So back of the office does not have a door. It does have 2 windows.
Okay. Are they openable?
They are locked, but they are again trailer quality windows,
Yeah.
which means they are not high security by any standard.
Can I like figure out a way to like jimmy it open?
You can
With
give that a
with
try.
a
Do you
clothes
carry-
hanger?
I can break it with my elbow.
So do you carry a knife or a screwdriver or anything like that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Rocks
I have
are-
a multi-tool.
What, Brandy?
There's rocks. I mean, there's always rocks too.
We'll have that conversation.
Oh, I don't
However
want
you
to break
On
the
a
window.
multi-tool, my
Okay.
dude. Let's
We're
be
not
real.
monsters.
Sorry.
It's
Are
a
you
cheap
sure?
repair. I'd leave money to fix it, you know? But
All right.
All right. So what is there a pick lock skill?
There is not really. Or wait, is there a locksmith on there?
yeah,
Yeah,
there's
there is
locksmith.
Yeah, there you go. That's the closest you get.
All right. I got
And
20.
these are not great. These are not great. So
Yeah.
I'm going to give you a plus 10% bonus to your roll,
Oh, cool.
or minus 10.
I was gonna say.
actually. Yeah.
So then I got a 13 out of 25.
Nice.
Alrighty. So you definitely get it open.
Awesome.
Sorry, I'm communicating with Omega Control by
You're
chat
good.
because our voice comms have gone down somehow. So I had to find out. So
You're good. So I get it open, and then I'll give whoever wants to go in first. I'll give them a boost.
okay. Yeah, you can get the window open, and it's going to be a tight fit because it's one of those up-down pull sashes, and windows on trailers aren't as big as normal
Yeah.
windows. But somebody can fit in. Who has got a size that is less than 60?
Less than 60.
Less
Not
than.
it.
I do.
Anybody else? If you're 60, it's going to be tough to get through. If you're less than 60, it's pretty much a cakewalk.
I'm right at 60.
Then you would be able to get through with a little bit of effort.
All right.
I will help lift people up then.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll help Jazz lift Brandy and Darren.
Alrighty. Brandy, they are lifting you up to go through the window.
I'm gonna hand her a camera so she can take pictures while she's in there too.
Thank you. All right, can I open the door and let you in?
No, not the front door. There's a camera.
Her
Oh,
camera
that's
right.
right. Oh, that's sorry. I'm not good at these things. Thank you.
I got you.
So, Brandy, as you're poking your head through the window and getting ready to make your move into the trailer, I need you to make me a. We're going to use your noise or listen. Excuse me.
Listen.
Oh, listen.
It's not really the perfect skill for this, but Call of Cthulhu doesn't have a skill for smell. So,
Okay. I'm not great at lifting, but maybe we'll see. No, 74. Yeah.
okay,
Oh, fine.
you're gonna smell this, but it's gonna take a little while before it happens. Right. So
Before it happens.
Not the-
Okay.
before she smells it, I mean, it's like walking into an area and you don't smell it when you're on the periphery, and you don't smell it when you're 10 feet in. You don't smell it 20, and then all of a sudden you're kind of in the middle of it. You're like, oh wow, okay, I smell
Mhm.
that. So
Alright.
you get into the trailer. It is dark, Brandy.
Flashlight.
Okay,
Flashlight.
so you flash your
Don't forget the
flashlight. You're in the middle.
What?
Don't forget that there's
You
cameras.
hear-
You can probably see
Here's
her
someone
flash.
from outside telling you not to forget the camera.
Oh, pictures.
Okay. So
Pictures.
you're gonna
Yeah.
one hand the camera and flashlight with the
Yeah.
other hand. Okay.
Yeah.
Is anybody else going in with her?
I'm lifting Darren up.
Yeah, Darren's
Yeah,
only up.
I'm
Okay.
going in.
All right. So Darren, you're at the window getting ready to go through. Brandy, your light comes up, and what you see is you're in kind of like the middle part of this office, and this clearly looks like a place where a couple people work together, maybe administrative type people. There's
Okay.
file cabinets, there's old wooden desks, there's bills of lading on clipboards on the walls. It's very much a shipping operation, and you see sitting in one of the seats, kind of looking at you,
Oh God.
a Hispanic female, except she doesn't look quite right, Brandy. And as you look at her with your light, you see that she's covered with kind of a goo, and her flesh has begun to slough away. You can see part of her skull, and her hair is
I'm
stuck
backing
up.
up. I'm backing
Okay.
up. I'm
Well,
backing
you're
towards
in the
window.
trailer.
Yep,
you're
I'm
back-
backing to the way
Okay.
out. No.
Are you trying to get out?
Yes.
Okay. Darren, she wants out. Randy,
Am I like
give me
halfway
the
in?
check, please. You were just to the point where you were getting ready to come in with your chest, like you were right to here.
Okay. Okay. You can come out. Okay.
Randy, sanity roll.
Oh.
Down, guys.
58.
58.
68.
Oh, 68. Okay. So, Brandy, you are kind of losing it.
There
Oh my
are
God, that's great.
pathogens that cause this sort of thing, and I don't know what it is, but it's in here, and it's bad. Where's my face covering? Where's my back?
Did you get out? Did you get out?
I'm trying to get out. Like,
Okay.
I need to
She's
get out of here
trying-
right now.
Yeah, you're trying to get out and you're having a difficult time of it. You're so panicked. And now the smell finally registers with you. It's blood, lots of blood.
Mm.
Oh, the smell of iron and blood. Terrible. Very bad.
No good. Very bad.
Okay.
So, Brandy, what is your instinct when bad things happen to you? Do you like to fight, freeze, or flee?
If I can get away from it first, I will, but I'll fight if I have to.
Well, you can get away from this. You can try to go through the window, which seems to be difficult for you right now. Or you could run through that door.
I need to get him in. Like, he needs to come in so I can go out. Like,
Okay, so you're going to pull
Right?
him in faster.
yeah, he needs
Okay.
get in here.
So
Get
Darren,
in here.
she basically helps you get through the window and pulls you, and you
Oh,
land on
thanks.
the floor. And
Oh,
she
thank you.
literally steps on your butt to
Oh,
prop herself up to get out the window.
okay. Okay.
Well, Brandy, what'd you see?
What the heck?
Randy, what's going on?
Do you have a flashlight, Darren?
No, I just. You're gonna love this. I just have my camcorder with the night vision,
Nice.
Body,
so I can slow pan up to it.
body, melty flesh, black, I don't know, smells.
So-
That doesn't sound good, girl.
Darren,
You're not
what
making
you
a lot of
see
sense, but the sense you're making isn't
as
good.
you pan up is this Hispanic-looking woman sitting in a chair like this, looking at you with part of her face hanging off and her hair stuck up at a weird angle, and it looks like she's been covered with clear jelly of some sort, and it's like her skin is sloughing off in various parts, like it's just dissolving away.
That's not a deal.
And I need you to make a sanity roll.
Oh, okay. This is like a skincare routine gone wrong.
It is actually.
I got a 74.
All right. Yeah,
We're
so
doing
you
great things today.
this is probably enough for you.
Yeah.
Fight, flight, or freeze.
Darren's a freezer.
Okay. So you go dead motionless as you're trying to intake this. And it's even creepier, Darren, in the green night vision of your camera. And you hear something moving in the room next to you while you're focused on her. You hear, and it goes. As you
I'll
turn
slowly pan.
and pan and look, what you see is what appears to be a like a 12-foot long tardigrade, if you're familiar with them. It looks kind of like a what are the things that get on bodies when they're decaying?
Maggots?
The worm things. Maggot. Yeah, it looks kind of like a maggot. It's very pale, and it looks like a maggot. And as you pan on it, it turns and looks at you, and you see this maggot has what appears to be a human face on it. And that is where we will stop for
Ah.
this evening.
No.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Ah!
I am glad
so-
I am not locked in the trailer.
Yes. And so we're going to cut there on the cliffhanger till next week as our team is in and out of the trailer and making new friends. We'll have some quick reminders first. Finn.
Don't forget to subscribe to the Games Tavern YouTube channel right now, dudes. Subscribing is free and you don't miss any of the action and access to all of the shows and content. Your likes and positive comments on the videos help future adventurers find out about the shows.
Very good. And so before we cut this week's data feed, let's have our cast recap really quickly who they are. You can include who you're playing. You can include how to get in contact with you. We'll start with me. I'm playing the Keeper. I'm David Quick, and I am on Twitter at notorious_GMD. I can also be found on Facebook and on the Discords here at the Games Tavern if you wish to join and contact me there. James.
I'm James. I am playing Jazz Holmes, amongst other things, a certified forklift operator. You can find me on Twitter at Clan Stonecrow.
Laurel.
I'm playing Brandy Fleming. She's merely a barista. And you can find me on Instagram at Ella, ELLA_Ren, REN1.
Ben.
My name is Fenn, and I am your man, Flick Baggins, the paranormal investigator. You can find me on Twitter at Puppy Plants, 2 things I like. And you can also find me on Instagram at It's Ya Boy with an I, Penny, PHENNY.
Alrighty. Davison.
My name is Davison. I was playing the Daring Darren. And if you want to find me, you can follow me on Instagram at Davison's Beard. That's DAVISONS Beard.
Alrighty. And Davison, you got the goodbye announcement, then I'll take it from there.
Oh yeah, a big shout out to Omega Control, our technical specialist, Jack Kelling. Don't forget to take a look at Dirty Deeds on Wednesday. Whiskey, Magic, and Destruction is going to be on Thursday, and our special series of dungeon crawls on Saturday with RPG Short Shots. Side note, our keeper David will be GMing Whiskey, Magic, and Destruction this Thursday and through September, so tune in to see how he D&Ds. Thank you for tuning in this week and helping us shape this event. We do this for you, and we look forward to all of your continued feedback and your participation in our events.
So I've got so much to say as we close. First off, join us next week for part 2 of LA 459 as the mystery will deepen and we will see how these group of people can get past what is in the trailer. Second thing I wanted to say, I am GMing Whiskey, Magic, and Destruction on Thursday. That'll be my last run there. I've done it for several weeks. And yeah, we've had a fun time D&Ding. So if you can come join us, please feel free. It'll be a fun final episode, not for the characters, but for me. I've only been a temporary. Randy, Laurel, this was her first game of of Call of Cthulhu ever. So I wanted to give her a big round of applause.
Thank you.
Thought she did great. Everybody on the screen except me, first time streaming on the game. So again, everybody in the audience, please shower them with gifts and praise and adulation, because I think they did a fantastic job. It's a great group. And last piece is Jack, our Omega Control, our technical specialist for the show. I want to say thank you to him. He sits behind the scenes and does things that nobody sees, but without him, the program could not be what it is. So we're going to sign off at this point, and we'll hope to see you next week. This is the Omega Files, cast and crew. Be seeing you.